Good morning, everyone. Colin here over at Inside Cycling World. Hey guys, hitting this one hard today. 35th Tour of Denmark. Who's ever heard of this race before? It's a big race after the Tour de France. Obviously, there's a ton of races in August, guys. Let's get into it. Dawn saying here, how many stages? 5 stages. It's going to run from the 12th through the 16th. Primarily a sprinter's race, and that's why I picked this one. Just going to get things going here, guys. So we have the return of Jasper Phillipsen after his Stage 3 crash out at the Tour de France. We also have the return of Fabio Jakobsen. And we have defending champion Mads Pederson here. Just going to get things situated here, guys. The race has been going now, I think, for about 35 minutes. My stream doesn't come on for a while, so this one is actually streaming on Flow Bikes. It started, I believe, at 10 after. Yeah, it started at 10 after 1. A little bit of a neutralized start. 178.3 kilometers. We're going from a place called Nexø to Rønne. What I wanted to do was pull this up for you guys here. Let's take a little look. You're looking at an island. You're thinking, this is Denmark? Yeah, this is Denmark, guys. I had no idea either. So, obviously, Denmark. And we are on this small island way out here. Take a look at the island itself. We'll be starting in Nexø on the easternmost side of the island. We're going to kind of head north, skirt the edges of the island back and forwards. There's quite a few changes in direction on the course, norths and souths. Depending on wind directions, could be some echelons forming. This is a windy part of the world. We are on the open ocean here. So if there's winds, we're going to get some exciting racing. Generally flat, however, there is close to 1,600 meters of climbing today. They do a loop at the top here. I'll show you a map coming up right away. They do a loop up top where I think they take the same climb on 3 times. I'll show you that on the profile. And then they finish in the town of Rønne here, which looks like a major, probably the biggest city on the island. I think there's like 14,000 people here, something like that. As you can tell, lots of ferries coming in and out so that they can get back to the mainland in Denmark there. Okay, let's jump in, guys. Here we go. I'm going to get this totally refreshed for you. What we can do too is I'll jump to another tab and I'll pull it up again. So stage 1. Let's take a look at the stats here. Here's our race profile today, guys. So it's 178 kilometers. Now, weird categorization here. Every country kind of does their categorizations different. There's no real set rule. So you can see here we have these category 1 climbs. Now, this isn't a category 1 climb as you would see over in France or Spain or Italy. This is 1.2 kilometers at 5%. And at the end here, you can see where I was talking about we do 3 laps of a circuit. We've got the, well, a lot of these names I'm going to screw up. Helligpeder. The Helligpeder. We're going to take that climb on 3 times. Take a look at the profile right here. You can see how it's, you'll see the profile 3 different times. Then we're into a flat sprint finish at the end. Once we go through that, it's only 15 kilometers to the sprint finish. Now, we got some big guns here. Lidl Trek has a pretty powerful team here today. What I wanted to show you as well is, well, let's take a look. Here's another map view. We start in Nexø on the east coast. We work our way around. And again, look at all these changes in direction, which like this north-southerly direction here could be really good for crosswinds, or any of these directions where there's an abrupt 90-degree turn and then you encounter a wind. So we're heading from the east side of the island, heading to the west, some abrupt change direction, and then there's a bit of a circuit up here. Right in this section here, there's a circuit right there. You can see we loop around. That's where we're going to take that climb on 3 times. There's a category 1. What's it called? Helligpeder. It's only 700 meters at 7.4%, so it's kind of a wall. But it's probably a Cat 1 in Denmark, but it's not a Cat 1 anywhere else, I don't think. Then we end up moving more south to the Finnish city of Rønne. After that, I think we leave this island and head back to the mainland. Here's that Helligpeder at the end. 700 meters, 7 to 8% max gradients through there. First climb of the day is a lot more chill, 1.2 kilometers at 5% gradient. There is a small breakaway that's formed now. Took a while for the breakaway to get started up here. in this group right now. So guys, at this race here, what I will do is I'm going to pull this up to, I'll come back to the start list. And I want to show you some of the powerful teams that are here. So at this race, it's a 2.0 again. Sorry, 2 Pro. So it's a UCI Pro Series. You're going to see a mix of World Tour teams, Pro teams. We might even see a national team. Yes, we do. Here's the national Danish team here. Key guy to look for here, Jakob Fuglsang. Just so you know, I think this is his last race ever. Believe this is his last race ever. So he's riding for the Danish team here. This guy has been around forever. He's 40 years old. I believe this is his final race. First started racing Continental level in 2006. Now rides for Israel Premier Tech. Today riding for the national Danish team. So quite the career this guy's had here. Dogs are barking already. And we will see Continental level teams here. So the reason I picked this race was, one, to keep my skills, my voice going. Also, I want to see the return of Fabio Jakobsen here. Everyone remembers this guy from that huge crash. I think it might have been at the Tour of Poland, where he hit the finish barrier at like over 70 kilometers an hour, tore his face apart. Huge comeback. He's had an injury earlier this year too, so he's been out for a while. Hasn't raced since March. So we're going to see what kind of legs he has under him today. We also have Mads Pederson here. He's got a good sprint on him as well. And we'll take a look at the Lidl Trek team here. Mads Pederson, other big names, Soren Craig Anderson, Matthias Skelmos is here as well. Strong team here. Team Visma Lisa Bike here as well. So we have, it looks like 4 World Tour teams. A lot of pro teams. I also wanted to watch this race here too for Unibet. Tiedema Rockets. Next year, these guys are getting Dylan Groenewegen on their team. So they're bringing in like a top-level sprinter, still at the top of his game. He's 32 years old now, so he will be transferring them to them soon. Team Flanders Baloise, we saw these guys. We saw them at the one stage of the Arctic Race in Norway that I did. Only did one stage of that. Okay, let's go, guys. Let's go. Let me finish getting set up here. Ruben's in the mix. Good morning, Colin's dudes. Let's get it on. Shaka Khan, you got it, Don. Doug Sanders is back again, guys. Okay, here we go, guys. Did ride the bike yesterday. Been pretty slack lately. Will be riding the bike today, too. Probably just looking for some flat courses. So we do have 6 riders in a breakaway group right now. 1 minute 40 seconds up the road. These stages, guys, are going to be primarily sprint stages. So we're going to see the big hammers come out. I've already went through them all last night. All these teams with their sprinters have their sprint train guys. I think it's going to be crazy at the end. What did everyone think of the Vuelta a Burgos? I thought that was a really awesome race. Great finish. Ciccone got some redemption by winning that last stage over Isaac Del Toro. Let me have some coffee, guys. Brain's kind of off right now. It feels like I've been away for months. Joey Jojo asked me yesterday, she goes, when are you going to start streaming again? I'm like, I've only been off 2 days. But like, yeah, I felt the same way. It feels like I've been off months. Let's take a look at the breakaway here. Team Baloise rider. Ruben can probably help me with that pronunciation. Baloise. Julius Johansson. Marius Dahl. Magnus Claris. Conrad Hoogstead. And Martins Pluto. Yeah, coffee all the way, Doug. Don. Smaller stream, guys, today, and that's just to be expected. I probably will be the only person on the planet actually live streaming this. However, just starting to do this, guys, after I did the Tour de France Femmes avec Swift, Vuelta y Burgos, all that kind of fun stuff, there's a ton of races. So here's the schedule coming up. We've got this for 5 days, Tour of Denmark. On Friday, at the same time, which is going to overlap with this race, we have the Tour of Romandie Feminine. I think that's what they call it. They don't call it Femmes. Feminine. That's a 3-stage race, World Tour race for the women's. So all the top guns will be there for that one. So that's going to run Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Also on Sunday, I think they call it the Hamburg Classic, which is a one-day World Tour race. And you're going to see quite a few of the Top Guns show up for that. Then next week, I will start getting more prep for La Vuelta, guys. I am so gunned up for La Vuelta this year. While we're here, guys, I'm seeing this. I should be showing you guys. If you don't know about the Tour of Denmark, here's the main site. Fully fluent in Danish over here, guys, so I can obviously understand everything I'm looking at here. But these are some of the past winners. I think this is the 35th year. So last year, Arnaud Delis, sprinter for Lotto, I believe. Magnus Kortz, X, Anders Foljager. Then we would have had Mads Pederson, Matthias Skelmos, Magnus Kort. So Mads Pederson in 2023, Matthias Skelmos, they're now riding for Lidl Trek together this year. 2022, Christophe Laporte, Magnus Sheffield out of the... I thought Magnus is out of the UK. Okay, it's got him as an American here. Matthias Skelmos again in third place. 2021, Mr. Remco Evenepoel. Mads Pedersen, Mike Tunison. Nothing in 2020 that year. 2019, check this out. Jonas Vingegaard. Who's this dude? I've never heard of that name before. Look at all these Danes here, top three. 2018, Wout van Aert. More Danes. Mats Pedersen won this. I think this is his first win, was back in 2017. Michael Valgren was in the mix. Michael Valgren won in 2016. Magnus Kort. So you can see here lots of names that you know. Wilco Kelderman. So it's a race after the Tour de France. I find a lot of people with cycling, they watch the Tour de France and that's it. They're not following the other races. And possibly that's because there's not enough coverage of them. Simon Gerrans from Australia way back in the day. Daniele Benatti. Michael Morkov. Guys, you should know all these names. Jakob Fuglsang. Look at this. He's racing today in his final race. And look at how he dominated. 2010, 2009, 2008. Won it every year. Here's a good name too. Svein Tuft. Canadian rider. Probably say Tuft. I think these days he's mostly gravel riding and adventure riding. Lots of riders. Steve Cummings. Guys, you know all. Kurt Eisel Arvidsson. Wow. What a blast from the past. That is Stewie O'Grady, Fabio Cancellara. Guys, this is like top tier racers. Yvonne Bosso, Jens Voigt. And I'll admit it. You know me, guys. I'm the first to admit it. I didn't know about this race. I watched the Tour de France and had no idea. Guys, we didn't have the technology back then to cover these things. We couldn't see these things happening. So here we are, folks. Let's just jump right back in. Yeah, you know what? I want to finish this up. I want to go all the way back. Sebastian Lang, Laurent Bouchard, just David Miller, 2001. Jan Kursapuu, the big sprinter. Daniela Nadello. Guys, I know all these names. Tyler Hamilton, 99. Ralph Sorensen. Let's go right back to the beginning here. I don't want to miss anyone, but Moreno Argentin, Kim Anderson, Etienne de Wilde. These are like the original names. Part of the original crew I remember from way back in the day. Yelly Neidham. Let me know if you know these names. Mr. Phil Anderson, 1988. Didn't run for 5 years there. Now we're going to get back to it, guys. Okay, where are we at? 35 kilometers done. We're now 50 minutes into the race. Quite a punchy course too, guys. It's kind of up and down all day long. No big climbs to take on. 2-minute gap right now. And we will take a little browse down through here. Ooh. Last recorded crashes here. Okay, that's an interesting stat. And there was another crash by Anders Foldager here. Back on his bike after a crash. Rides for Team Jayco Alula here. 24 years old. He's been with Team Jayco Alula now for 2 years. Obviously going to be riding a lot of pro-level races. Here's one too, Tour de Wallonie. This one just happened a while ago, and I couldn't cover this. I was looking at this one at the same time. Criterium de Dauphiné was their 87th place this year. He was at the Tour de Romandie, so this guy's actually doing a lot of races at World Tour level. So they're getting this guy on the good race program here. So there was 3 riders in the crash: Gustav Wang, Tibor Del Grosso, and Anders Foldager. Hopefully that wasn't a bad crash. Live stream from you guys will be coming through around 7 o'clock, I believe. I'll have to grab my phone to check that. So here's our first climb of the day, Salto Neve Again, they call it a Category 1. Probably everything here is a Category 1. I'm sure there are harder climbs in Denmark. They're just not here. 1.2 kilometers at 5%. What's going to be exciting about this one here is at the very end, these 3 assaults up this little wall. I mean, 700 meters at 7.4% doesn't sound too tough, but it is. It's a good launch point for sprint teams. And for those who know they're not on a sprint team, they're going to have to try to break away here. So we're going to see multiple launches up that climb. Riders trying to get over the top on any single one of them to escape and avoid the sprint power. So teams pulling in the Peloton. Guys, here's a dude I never even mentioned today. I don't think I've even mentioned him yet. Well, here's the full team. Let's take a look at him right here. Jasper Phillipsen is back, guys. So he's back after the Tour de France. He crashed out on stage 3. You can see it right here. Valenciennes to Dunkirk. He crashed out. Remember, that was probably coming into the last few kilometers, I believe. Touched wheels with the Cofidis rider, Brian Cocard. Totally accidental. Brian Cocard got reprimanded for it. That was ridiculous. Totally unintentional. I think he actually pulled his foot out of his pedal after avoiding someone else. So someone over on his right side caused something to happen, bounced into Brian Cocard. Brian Cocard got shunted to the left, pulled his foot out, trying to stay upright, and in his path is the Alpecin de Koenig rider, Jasper Phillipsen. So what do? How is that his fault? But everyone had to give him a slap on the wrist and make him feel bad about it later. I thought that was ridiculous. And the poor dude felt so bad, he had to apologize for it later. Okay. Dawn's here. We need our cherry juice at the end of long stages. 2020, the year the Earth got sick and it shut down everything. Evard, always back. Dude, so good to have you here. Tyler Hamilton, 1999. Yeah, dude, he probably would have been U.S. Postal Service then. He was U.S. Postal, and then he took off. I think he went to... Didn't he go to Phonak? He was also at CSC Tiscali, I think they called it back then. Evard, dude, me too. I used to love that name, Cursipu. Evard Otway, dude, mind meld. I guess we got a mind meld going on. Funny, I was just thinking about Jan Persipu yesterday. That is so weird. Cursipu. Did I call him Persipu there? Dawn here. Jasper Phillipsen, is this a tune-up ride for him for the Vuelta España? Dude, I don't actually know. I don't know. What we're going to do here is take a look at Jasper's file here. So over on the right-hand side of the screen, guys, notice I've changed my pointer to red. Let me know what color you'd like it. If you want to see a different color, just let me know. I went with red just to match kind of the Danish flag. All it's got listed for him right now in his program is the Tour of Denmark. So many more races coming up. Guys, I'm going to grab my phone for a second. Hang on. Okay, the reason I'm grabbing my phone, guys, because I sat down one night and made myself a little schedule, old school. I did it on notes. Yeah, so Tour of Denmark is the 12th through the 16th. August 15th through 17th, we got the Women's Tour of Romandy. We will be doing that for sure. There will be some double stream days. I think it's Friday and Saturday. I'm double streaming Tour of Denmark and Tour of Romandy as best I can with the schedule that is given to me by Flow Bikes. Also got the one-day Hamburg Classic on this Sunday. Next week, we have the Renewey Tour, also known as the Benelux Tour. That's a World Tour event as well. But the big granddaddy, guys, August 23rd, that's a week from this Saturday, Vuelta a España. Let's talk about that for a second as the race progresses here. Okay, we all know who the favorite is. Jonas is the favorite. Team Visma Lisa Bike is basically bringing their Tour de France team. Close. I think Sepp Kuss is there. I know Matteo Jorgensen's there. I know Victor Kampenarts is there. Obviously Jonas. So they're probably far and away the favorites to win it. However, UAE is bringing a team consisting of João Almeida, Juan Ayuso, and all the support riders. So there's 2 riders there that are going to compete for GC. So we've got Jonas for GC, 2 riders on UAE for GC. And just off the top of my head, we just saw Giulio Ciccone for Team Lidl Trek win Stage 5 of the Vuelta of Burgos. Tune-up race for La Vuelta. He's looking really strong this year. He probably will be the designated leader for Lidl Trek. Palazzari for Red Bull Boro Hansgrohe, he's going to that race. Derek G for Israel Premier Tech. Egan Bernal, who says his ultimate goal is to win the Vuelta a España. I made a post on my Discord last night. Actually, I should probably look at that quickly, and then I'll have a better list. There's probably 10, 12 names that I think are all potential contenders. So we're going to go into La Vuelta here. So yeah, you got Jonas Almeida, Ayuso, Derek G, Giulio Ciccone, Pelazzari, the young dude from Red Bull. Richard Carpotts is there for EF Education. Anything can happen, guys. Pending what happens to Jonas, anything can happen. Richard Carapaz is there. Oh yeah, let's not forget for decathlon, Felix Gall. Felix Gall, who finished, I can't remember if he was 4th or 5th at the Tour this year. He's there for decathlon. Oh, and for Astana, we've got Lorenzo Fortunato. We also have Jai Hindley. Like I said before, Egan Bernal. So many riders, guys. It's going to be probably the most competitive big tour of the year. I'd say, out of the 3 tours, this is the most competitive one coming up. Looks like now, guys, are we seeing 2? No, just seeing 2. 2-minute gap right now. And I'm just listening to the dog bark like crazy, so it's really annoying to me. So is Jasper? He's not. But there's also a ton of other races coming up, guys. Some of these races I've never heard of. There's kind of like a fall series that they kind of lump a few races together. I've noticed that Mark Hershey loves going after these races. And a lot of them, all the big names are there. So after we do the Vuelta, there's the Giro della Toscana. That's a 1.1 race. GP Quebec, GP Montreal, the Tour of Luxembourg. We've got the UCI Worlds. We got the Crow race. Here's the ones I'm talking about here, though. In October, there's this crazy stretch of days. The Giro dell'Emilia. I think today run that last year. Giro del Brianz, the Coppa Bernacchi. Then we also have the Ladies Tour, CMAC Ladies Tour, Trevali Varecine, Grand Piemonte. To wrap it up, guys, one of the big ones, Il Lombardia. That's a monument. You're going to see all the top guns there. October 12th, we got Perry Tours. Guys, it just goes on and on. Then finally, the last race I have on my old school notepad here, Tour of Guangxi in China. That starts October 13th. If I can, I'm going to do them all. Guys, we're doing them all. Okay. Don said he just looked it up. Okay, let me just go back up here. Ivar's here. Hamilton was U.S. Postal, Phonak, and CSC riding Cervelos. Yeah, when the Cervelos came out of nowhere, some of the best bikes ever. I did just post on my Discord, the Team GRC Discord. I think someone was selling or just was showing Julian Dean's bike. I don't know if you guys remember that name, Julian Dean. I forget which team he rode for. It was a 2003 Cervelo, whatever they called them at the time. If you took that bike now, I wonder if I can put a post somewhere for it. I'm going to try to find it. I don't even know if I can put it in the chat. Yeah, I probably can. If you saw the bike right now, you'd be like, what a beautiful bike. The only thing that looked a bit old on it was the shifter wiring. So the cables weren't even like in the handlebar, like taped down. They were like flying off the front. That kind of look. I would change that, and that bike would be one of the best looking bikes out there. I'm going to actually see if I can find it. Julian Dean bike. Cervelo. And I'm going to try to put a link here somewhere. It showed up on Facebook, guys, so it's going to be very, very hard for me to find this. This is a rider that was riding over 20 years ago. Yeah, I'll goof around when it slows down here a little bit. We've got a 2 kilometer gap. That's about 1.5 kilometers. Still got our 6 riders up front. Let's take a look at them all right now. Martins Pluto here. Beat Cycling. This is a Continental level club, guys. Out of Latvia. So let's just see. We got Conrad Hoogstead here. Team Coloquick. Look these guys up. Coloquick, I was kind of like, okay, what's that all about? I think they provide colostrum for animals. Kind of like the first milk they should be getting from I don't know what for animals. I just did a quick look. I'm always wondering what these sponsors are. Air Talks Carl Ross, another Continental level team based in Denmark here. That's what they look like to me. Then we've got, here's a decathlon AG2R rider. Development team though. So Continental level team here. 19 years old, this dude. Rode the Tour of Norway earlier in the year. Britannia Cycliste La Tour of Britannia. So these are all 2.2 level races. 2 out front, remember, means a stage race. 0.2 is kind of the level. World Tour Pro, 0.1, 0.2. So you kind of get a feel as to what kind of riders will be there for it. Mostly development riders at that point. Going to shut that one down there. I don't need that anymore. So we got our 6 riders out front. Checking the time again. What do we got here? 6. Okay, I got some time here till I get there. I'm going to jump back into the chat here. Oh. Okay, guys, hang on. Just seen Evard here. Postal, Trek, of course, Phonak. So Don saying Phillipsen is being considered for the Vuelta in 2 weeks, but I bet it will be determined on how it is in Denmark. Yep, definitely. There's probably another race he could be doing. I mean, Renewey Tour is coming up. That's a 4-day tour, and it's kind of a big deal, that one as well. So they got to pick which one. Does he do the Vuelta or Renewey? Does he want to do a 3-week tour? The Vuelta's tough. This year we start in Italy. We do 4 stages in Italy, with the 4th stage leaving Italy and entering France. Then they transfer overnight to stage 5, which is it's a team time trial. Guys, we get to finally see a team time trial. That will be stage 5, 20 kilometers team time trial. It should be longer. I don't think 20 kilometers is long enough. Then, and that's going to be in Andorra. Then the climbing starts. We travel up through the Pyrenees. Remember, they run northwest, southeast, France and Spanish border there, with Andorra wedged in the bottom. We're going to travel up the Pyrenees and then basically all through the Basque Country. So it's almost like I called it yesterday, Tour of the Basque Country Part 2. They spend a ton of time. They don't even go down to the southern coast this year of Spain. People are saying that's probably good. It's generally 40 degrees Celsius down there this time of year. Yeah, Dawn here. João Almeida and Juan Ayuso are going to be contenders at the Vuelta. Yeah, either one of those 2 riders could win the Vuelta very easily, I think. I think they're going to give Jonas a very good run for his money. I can see Jonas being very determined to win this thing after his Tour de France stuff. Second place to Taddy. It's just interesting, too. I've been doing lots of reading about Taddy. How do I understand things? What's been coming out? There was a big one yesterday. I think it was the manager of the team, Gianetti. I think that's his name, Mauro Gianetti. I think that's right. He's an ex-rider. He's the guy that's real skinny, bald head dude you see after every stage. He was saying it's hard being today. It's hard being him. There's so much demands on him. Yeah, he's in that world of, hey, Dream is here. Dream, I'm not sure if you just heard, I will be doing Tour of Romandie this weekend, World Tour women's race, so I hope you can be there for that. So that starts Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, guys. Interesting race, kind of a different one. I've got some issues I have with it. We will see a lot of the best teams. Oh, and Dream, I just heard Marlin's pulled out. Let's take a look at this right here. Guys, here's the beauty of Pro Cycling Stats. Get a pro account right here. Marlon Reusser, she has been, you can see it's in red, minus TDR. So she's been removed from the Tour of Romandie team for this year. She's probably not feeling up to it. Ooh, take a look at this, guys. Here's exciting stuff coming through. Oscar Onley. He's been added to Grand Prix Quebec, then Grand Prix Montreal. If you're doing one, you're doing the other one. And then the TOB, what's that? Oh, the Tour of Britain. I forgot about that. Tour of Britain's coming up, I think, in September. It's a 5-stage race. And I think the route runs roughly east to west across Tour of Britain there. So yeah, Marlon is out of Movistar's team now for the Tour of Romandie. So yeah, Dream, good morning. Dawn, Cervello's a nice bike. Yeah, Dawn, back then, they were all like handmade in Canada. I think they kind of appeared out of nowhere in the late 90s. All handmade, really good layups of carbon. I've been told by some people, if you can ever find yourself a Cervello RCA, I think they were some of the last carbon buildups that were like done in Canada, probably in Montreal somewhere, and not overseas by some weird robot, unsupervised staff in another country far over the ocean, but done by, a technician, a highly skilled employee right here in Canada. There's guys that have these RCAs from the past. They're lighter than most of the modern bikes. Like, they're deadly light. I think the RCA frame, you can look it up. I think a Cervelo RCA frame was like 570 grams. So that's just the frame. That's as light as the lightest bikes now. Chat's going off here, folks. Chat is going off. I love it. Vuelta is probably most suited for a pure climber. Egan should do well if he mentally recovered from his crash. Yeah, he says he wants to win it. And I would love to see him make a comeback of art. I would love to see it. I mean, 2019 wins the Tour de France. Does well after that. Has a crash. Trying to come back now. He looks like he's on pretty good form right now. I mean, can he stand up to an attack by Jonas? I'm not sure. But definitely the Vuelta is for climbers. Climbers, at least they have a time trial, and they do have a team time trial. I'm really excited to see that. Those big teams going out. Cervelo S3, I think it's the bike down Lloyd Road for the Cervelo test team. Yep, Cervelo test team. I love that. I have a Cervelo S3. So mine's, I think, a 2019, Ultegra Di2 on it, disc, everything, you name it. My friend had a DeRosa, Serrata, along with Canada and a couple others. He had a mix of Shimano and Campy group sets. All good bike brand names there. DeRosa, Serrata, I love those names. Dario lays here. Is this race live on Eurosport? Dude, I'm not sure. I will have it on Flow Bikes here shortly. And here's my guess. Flow Bike shows it when everyone else gets it. So for a lot of the other races that are out there, it's not that they're not showing them. They just choose not to. There is a feed. They're following along, but they decide to show it at a certain point. They're only going to show usually the last couple hours of a race. I noticed that with the women's racing. Even the Vuelta a Burgos. So I had that, and I watched other feeds, other YouTube streams, and they got the feed the same time I did. So it's just kind of the way they do it. They don't show it from the very start. The good news is the La Vuelta will be shown from the very start, guys. 6 riders still in this break, guys. 2-minute gap. They haven't shown the riders' points yet. We're through the first little climb of the day. Guys, check out the speed, though. Here's the difference between this race and, let's say, Vuelta a Burgos. Right now, average speed is, okay, that's kilometers done. It is quite really. Average speed right now is 42.7. I was looking at 49.8 there. That would have been scary. They would have just been absolutely hammering here. Best rider per edition. Last year, Magnus Cort won 2 stages. I remember in this race. I did see some coverage of this race last year. 2022, I think these are stage results here. No, this is the position. So Mads Pederson must have won this in 2023. Matthias Skelmos. So obviously, guys, this is a huge deal. Yeah, because here's Jakob Fohl saying winging it way back in the days. Huge deal in Denmark. Quite the event. So, dude, it might be live on Eurosport. It's, I don't know. I get it on Flow Bikes. Flow Bikes is US-based. They provide different feeds between US and Canada. So, like, Flow Bikes, you can get it in the States. The US, you can't watch the Tour de France on it, though. Peacock has those rights for the US. In Canada, I kind of get everything. So, yeah, Dawn here, too. Yeah, Dawn, let's go back to that for a second. What do you guys think? Poggy, is he burnt out? His team manager made it seem like he's burnt out. Guys, I don't know what to say. Like, I mean, it's the mental pressure of being a champion. Guess what? There's been other champions. It's how you deal with it, right? Maybe his season was too long this year. Here's one. I've never seen Poggy so wiped out after a Tour de France. Maybe all that early season racing that his team probably said, no, please don't do that. But he's the man. He wanted to do it. He wanted to do the spring classics, the monuments, early in the year. I think they were very hard on him. In fact, his manager said that doing the monuments in the spring is like just as hard as doing a Grand Tour. All the different terrain, the conditions, the riding surfaces. So tactical error. They shouldn't have let him ride them then. I mean, what's more important? I guess what's more important, winning the monuments or winning the Tour de France, which he did, but now he's sitting out the Vuelta. And I just got to say this, so I'm watching the 2011 Vuelta a España. You can find it all on YouTube. They say right in the beginning of it, the Vuelta a España is a race that anyone who's seriously considering winning the World Championships in September participates in that race. So back in 2011, that was the strategy. Use this race as your big tune-up for World Championships. You're going to get into such good shape. Then you can go to World Championships and have a chance. However, UAE has changed the story now that Poggi will be taking a long break to prepare for World Championships. I'm reading that as he needs a mental break. That's how I read it. He's just kind of wiped out. Let me get back up, you guys. So yeah, dear, I wish I had an answer for you here. Yeah, so Taddy, yeah, he said he's counting down the years to retirement, which to me is like, why would you say that? I don't even know why you would say that. That means he's just kind of burnt out, bored of it, or... Yeah, I don't know. All I can say, guys, this will be the most exciting Vuelta, or the most exciting race of the year coming up. Vuelta a España. Cycle Speed Tours, how can I watch this live? I rode the course a few weeks ago. So you rode this one here, Nexø Rønne. Dude, live, you're going to have to get a subscription somewhere. I would assume if you've ridden this in the last couple weeks, you're probably in Europe. So I think for you guys it's Eurosport, but I don't know. I know there's a few providers over there. I'll be watching it here on Flow Bikes. In fact, I'm going to open that up right now in case they start showing it early. Guys, just let me get my feed open here. So, Flow Bikes for me is how I watch it in Canada, which is a paid subscription. Tour Denmark, Tour Denmark, they don't have it starting for probably another 40 minutes or so. So we're going to see like the last half of the race live, and that's when I'll be able to give you a better call of what I'm seeing out on the course. Just get things tweaked up here, guys. Good question here. So Cycle Speed, yeah. I can't show you the video. My channel will be copyright struck immediately, and they're really cracking down this year. Who was I looking at too? If you look at Tour Tracker, that's another place you can kind of like follow along. Little data stuff. They even apologize. We can't provide pictures this year because the ASO Tour de France is cracking down on us. So you're going to see less and less of that stuff. It's like they just want to get everyone to pay max value. What is it in the UK? They want £31 a month. £31 for people in the UK to watch cycling. So a lot of people are just quitting it. I heard that the Tour de France viewership was down by 6%, which I thought was pretty good. I thought it would have been a lot worse than that. Wow, Ivard, what's Bora going to look like with Primoz and Remco next year? Dude, I don't know. Trust me, I walk around doing stuff outside, thinking about stuff like that. What does Primoz do? I guess it depends where his mind is. Is he willing to be a domestique for a year and get paid 2 million euros? Maybe. Should he take off and go to a lesser team and probably get 2 million euros there and be a team leader? Why not? Primoz can still win races. Dario, Lucas Kubis maybe win today? Okay, Lucas, I know that name. Dude, Dario, what team does he ride for again? I should know this name in the start list. Yeah, if you can give me that answer, I can check him out for you here. We can look at his profile. So I'll open that start list up. Still 6 riders, still too many gap, guys. They don't really update the time gaps enough here. I wish there'd be more. I'm going to fly down through some of the stats here, see what we can see. Yeah, so Conrad Hoogstead, Team Call a Quick Rider, won the KOM Sprint 40 kilometers in. And that will be right here. They still haven't given the points for it yet. I don't know why. So he did win that one, though. 6 riders up front. Guys, it's going to be like this, and then the sprint teams are going to start winding it up. Yeah, does Primoz leave and go somewhere else? What team does he go to? Does he go to Movistar, Bahrain Victorious? They need a leader. Can he win? He could. I could see Primoz easily winning early season stage races. 7-8 day races. Maybe he is 35, so you got to give him that. At 35, he's still up there, top 10 riders in the world. So that's where Primoz is right now. I find Primoz gets a lot of negativity at him. He was kind of the OG Slovenian guy. Came up and was right there. Poggi came along at the same time. Jonas showed up as well. So he's competing against two of the best riders we've probably ever seen at the Tour de France on a totally different level. So, Daryl, I'll get back to that once I see his name. Sheila here, Sheila Newman. I'm looking forward to watching Tour Britain with Geraint Thomas in Wales before retiring. I'm trying to figure out how I can watch that one. So I will be doing that one too if I can find a feed for it that's legit. I want to do everything legit here, guys. Oop, didn't want to do that. I'm in my chat. Okay, don't do that. Sorry. Ivard, Taddy has to do so much more Okay, let me read this again. Yeah, so he's worn out by all the questions. Every day it's the same question, same questions. And guys, even some of the stuff I hear, I'm like... So I was listening to a podcast a few days ago, and there is a ton of cycling podcasts. So I'm kind of in this world where I don't really listen to any of them because there's so many of them. I don't know where to start. And one of the guys said, he goes, I wonder if Primoz would trade all 4 La Vueltas. Well, he said, this is a question I want to ask him. And I'm like, dude, if you asked that question and I was Primoz, I would just walk away from you. The question was, would you trade all 4 La Vueltas for one Tour de France win? I read that as just, so you're saying my Vueltas mean nothing. That's how I read that. The same podcast also went on to talk about how he always screws up at the Tour de France and then he goes on to win the Vuelta. Okay, well, yeah, he does. He wins the La Vuelta. What's wrong with that? Yeah, so Poggi just can't deal with the media. He can't deal with all the questions. And again, that's what champions go through. It's that constant media attention. I think he's a very private dude. Maybe he doesn't have... Well, obviously he's got the talent, but maybe he doesn't have the mindset to be the champion all the time, and he's just worn out. And yeah, he's going to retire. Evard, look at the press junkets the writer have to do these days. Yeah, and to Piranhas. Yeah, some of the questions to me are just insane. Just insane. I mean, if I was Primoz and someone said to me, well, okay, here's the thing. People say, oh, yeah, Primoz doesn't care. He doesn't care about the Tour de France. He absolutely cares about the Tour de France. How else would he be riding top 4 overall? Behind Jonas, Poggi. These guys are all like 7-8 years younger than him, like at the youngest. I think Jonas is 28, 29, and here's Primoz keeping up at 35. And guys, I'm not a Primoz fanboy. I'm really not. That's the situation. So he just says, yeah, whatever. I don't want to talk to you, because he's probably been asked really dumb questions over the years. And I mean, if I was Primoz and I got asked, would you trade all 4 La Vuelta wins for one Tour de France? I'd be like, dude, don't ask me a question again. Fake news is what I'd say. Yeah, Don, good point here too. I think Taddy is more bored than burnt out. He won the Tour de France by 4+ minutes sitting down. I bet if he had it all the time he was out of the saddle, it's probably 5 minutes. Yeah, I think he's bored too. He's bored of winning. It's the same thing. That's why he's doing all these other races. Okay, I'm going to put that one. I notched that one up. And again, he's really burnt out right now, because if I was in his position, I'd want to win the Vuelta. La Vuelta. I think there's only been 8 guys win all 3. Tour de France, Giro, and La Vuelta. Obviously, he's looking for other opportunities because he's doing all these monuments early in the year, trying to win Paris-Roubaix against like the classic specialists. So he's kind of like did all that early season stuff, and now Unibet, Tia Team, Rockets. So let's take a look at this. So Dario, sorry for not answering you there right away. I was just waiting for your answer there. So let's look at these guys. There he is right there. Lucas Kubis. Oh, yeah, this is their sprinter. Dude, I did look at this guy a few days ago. I went through all the sprinters because, dude, to be honest, Dario, I don't know this team very well. I know who they are. I know they're basically a YouTube channel that started up, and then they said, hey, man, we want to be a professional team. So they are a Pro Series team right now. This is probably like their best rider, I think, one of their most recent acquisitions. Yeah, he only came on here in 2025. That's right. But if you look at his stats here, pure sprinter. I mean, they got him a bit of hills, bit of a one-day racer, which is going to be won by a sprint, most of these. So let's take a look at what this guy did. Ooh, look at this. First in the National Championships road race in Slovakia. Gets 100 UCI points for that. Second in the individual time trial. Ooh. Trobro Leon earlier in the year. Amstel Gold Race, Paris-Roubaix, got 46th place. Wow, this guy raced a lot here. Guys, look at his early season. Look at March. He raced on March 1st, the 2nd, the 4th, the 8th, the 19th, the 20th, the 23rd, the 26th. That's insanity. Tour de Provence, that's a 0.1 race. Been super active. I'm thinking this guy here, just from, Slovakian national champion, individual time trial champion. Ooh. He's got a 3-year contract here, 25, 26, 27 with Unibet. How long will he be around at this team? How long? I know Unibet Tietema Rockets, or Tietema, I think it's Tietema, they want to get to Tour de France wildcard entry. So, dude, yeah, he's right there as two. He's right there. Maybe he's the kind of guy that might go on a breakaway, though. So I did go through all the teams and looked at who's their lead-out guy, because some of the big guns are here. They don't have their lead-out train. Obviously, Jasper's here, but he doesn't have Mathieu van der Poel to lead him out. He doesn't have Caden Groves here to lead him out. Why don't we take a quick look at Jasper's lead-out train and figure out who that is. Oh, Tibor Del Grosso was the rider that crashed earlier. So yeah, sprinter here. So this guy crashed earlier, but he's got a really good sprint on him. He'll probably be on the lead-out train for Jasper. Johan Price. Okay, this guy's a time trialist. Noah Ramsey from Canada. Doesn't say he sprints much. Young rider, 22 years old. Maybe it was this guy here. Yeah, here's another one. Sente Sentjens, Belgian rider, big sprinter. So I think Jasper has at least 2 guys for his lead-out train here. Back to the stats, guys. We're now 59.1 kilometers in the race. We've got 120K to go. Yeah, so Don, good point. I think he is bored. I think he's just bored of it. Maybe he needs to go take up a new sport. I don't know. Yeah, Don, Primoz is a leader. He won't play with Remco or Florian. I agree. So he could play Super Domestique and really help the team out. However, he's expensive. He is 2 million euros a year, apparently. I think he should go to another team where he can be their leader, win some early season races. There's Paris-Nice. There's Paris Tours at the end of the year. The races 7-8 days long. And get some good UCI points for those teams. He can still contribute a lot by winning those races, because all these teams all year round are looking for UCI points. Ineos needs a new leader. Yeah. We'll see what happens there. That whole team is just kind of, I think they're more interested in Manchester United now. So I think the dude behind Ineos Grenadiers, I think he runs chemical manufacturing. He's now, I think he's acquired Manchester United or a big share in it. And now he's dumped Dave Brailsford, the Team Sky guru, witch doctor, whatever you want to call him. He's over at Manchester United now. What's he going to do? Implement marginal gains there? That guy, yeah. Ivard, riding with Remco could energize his competitive edge. Yeah, I think it all depends. Can Primoz sit back at the end of the year and go, you know what? Yeah, man, I'm going to ride one more year and I'm just going to be super domestique for Remco. As long as he can get that through his head. What, you're going to pay me 2 million euros and all I got to do is destroy myself for Remco for one more year? Why not? Or I can go somewhere else and just be on kind of a team that's probably not going to win anything compared to Bora Hansgrohe. So Bora Hansgrohe is really going to be kicking it up next year, guys. We will have like a third big contender for next year. Don here, 7 years. Yeah, he's been winning since he was 19 years old. 19 years old? Or 2019, yeah. Yeah, I think it was 2000. He won the Tour of California, or one state. You know, he won the Tour of California, didn't he? 2019. So yeah, he's just been winning. Again, the whole world, social media, it's constant. It's constant. He has to read about himself all the time. All the negative things that get said about him. Just constant interviews. Like I said, if I met him, I wouldn't ask him anything about cycling. I'd be like, hey, dude, what kind of video games do you play? You know, do you play Call of Duty? You know, what's your favorite class? Favorite weapon? I would just be so whatever with him. I mean, I'm not going to worship the ground he walks on. He's just another dude. Part of the dudes, right? What's your favorite pizza, bro? Let's go get one right now. If there's pineapple on it, I'm leaving the room. That's it. Taddy's bucket list is to win Peru-Bay after a second place finish, Vuelta España to complete the Triple Crown, and Olympic gold. Yeah, so that's the one thing. He's already thinking retirement, but the Olympics are, well, they're almost 3 years away, aren't they? That's the next, isn't it 2028? And I think it's 2028 in LA. So he's got some time to kill. Unibet Tiedema Rockets might have a pretty good lead out. Primos to Unibet. Oh, dude, could you imagine? Dario, good one. Yeah, I mean, it all depends where Primos is. Like, if he's going to be hard-headed, no, I'm the only GC guy allowed, or why not go to a smaller team if they've got the money? I mean, they just picked up, so Unibet picked up Dylan Groenewegen and I think one of his main lead-out guys. I forget his name at the moment, and they picked up a third rider who's probably the best out of all of them. I mean, Dylan Groenewegen can still win sprints if he's got a good team. So that brings a lot to Unibet right now. Probably need to give them a lot more wildcard status. I mean, as of last year, I think Dylan Groenewegen was still winning stages at the Tour de France. As of last year. So he's got the ability. Dude, I like that. As long as they can pay him and Primos is allowed to, gets the mindset. Dude, you're not going to win the Tour de France. You're not going to win La Vuelta because Unibet probably won't get an invite. Evard here. Think Bjarne Riis with Telecom mentoring Jan Ulrich 96, the 97 domestic. Exactly. Oh, Dario, awesome, dude. Dario here. I don't know who you are, dude. Tell me how you found the channel. Dude, you're on it. It's right. Elmar Renders. I would have said reindeers because I'm looking at that thinking I want to say reindeers. And Mateusz Kopecky. Mateusz Kopecky is the big pickup that Unibet got. So, Aubrey, Dario, where are you from, dude? Let me know where you're watching from, what country you live in. It's great to have all the cycling fans here. Let's get the coffee on the warmer, guys. It's starting to get cold already. Race situation right now, guys. Still 6 riders. Still seeing a 2-minute gap. They're just going to let this be controlled all day long. This race, we're going to have phase 1. Kind of like everyone's just riding. Kind of like the sleeper version part of the race. This race will probably kick off after the halfway point, I would say. Probably at... there's a point on the road here. Oh, it's a sprint point, guys. Linge Sandvig. So it's about 108 kilometers into the race. That's where it's going to kick off. There's a climb after it, uncategorized climb, a lot of rollers, and then we're going to go through the 3-lap circuit before the sprint finish. So that's where teams who don't have sprinters are going to need to start doing something. They're not just here to ride. Okay, cool. Dario said searching Tour of Denmark 2025, and he's from Belgium. Okay, dude, thank you for being here. Great knowledge already on cycling. So yeah, Elmar Reinders, that's a lead-out guy for Dylan already. And Mateusz Kopecky, I can't remember where he came from. Dario, if you know, just let me fill that in. Actually, you know what I can do here, guys? I'm going to do this for you here. If I can type in the dark. There's Lottie Kopecky. Kopecky. Mateusz Kopecky. Right here. 22 years old, from Rotterdam. Born in Rotterdam, nationality, he's a Czech. So yeah, here he is right now. He was at Team Novo Nordisk, so he would have been a rider. Team Novo Nordisk, I think that's, yeah, everyone on the team is apparently a diabetic rider. So that's pretty incredible. So he will be transferring to them now. Well, end of this year. I think his contract will be up till December 31st. And he's here, apparently. So let's go back through that. Where's Novo? Yeah, they're over here. Team Novo Nordisk. American team. So he will be transferring to Unibet at the end of this year. Must be hard, the transfer points, too. I mean, let's say you're Unibet, you pick up a new rider, you pay good money for them. Do you really want them racing anymore? Like potentially getting hurt? That would be my big concern. Number of competitors per continent, guys. Let's see who our sole North American is. I'm going to guess it's Noah Ramsey, who is on Alpecin de Koenig, I believe. Let me have a quick look. Noah Ramsey, Alpecin de Koenig. Boom! Bang, bang time, guys. So the Canadian here, let's take a look at him for Alpecin de Koenig. Climber, hill specialist, bit of a GC rider, 22 years old. Riding a lot of the 0.2 races right now. Yep, 1.2 races. Did the Pro Series race, the Tour of Turkey. So many races, guys. So many races out there. So that's our one Canadian, and we have one African as well. Ryan Gibbons, South Africa. I should have known that. So he's from South Africa here, Johannesburg, riding for Liedel Trek. Probably part of the lead-out train for Mads Pederson coming up. Did ride for UAE Team Emirates for 3 years. Team Dimension Data back in the day. Wow. And even Dimension Data for Quebeca. I'm sure you guys remember all those teams. Oh, I went too far there. Live stats, 66.7 kilometers done, guys. Gaps come down already. We're down to 1 minute 35. Now, I think they're going to start slowly reeling them back in. And here's my prediction for the day. It's going to start going off after that sprint point at Alang Sandvig there. I think they're going to start slowly reeling it back, and then teams that don't have a sprint leader, teams that maybe aren't here for GC classifications. That's one thing people forget too. Not everyone here is here to win the race. They're here to win a stage. Just as important. Most pro victories this season, Mads Pederson with 9, Magnus Kort with 3, Jasper with 3, Marcos Sander Hansen with 2, and Matthias Skelmos with 2. And if we can also, this is a great stat too here, guys. Oh, this is a good one for Dario. Most top 10s this season. Mads Pederson, 23 top 10 finishes. Tibor Del Grosso. Tibor, I just looked at him before for Alpecin, yep. And he is a sprinter. He has 18. Lucas here for Unibet. Dario brought up both these names, I think. And then Matthias Kopecky right here. So these guys are right at the front all the time. Nicholas Larson rounding up the top 5. Okay, let me just back up, guys, here. Don saying, I think Taddy will retire shortly after the next Olympics. By then, he will have dropped all the cycling records, retired by 30 years old. Yeah, dude, he's got to last another 3 years, though. Right? Is that correct? Is the LA Olympics 2028? I think it's 2028. So he's got to survive like 2026, 2027, and all of 2028 before he gets to the Olympics. At the rate he's going, I don't know if he'll make it. He's going to have to... Maybe next year, don't race all the early season things. Don't try to win everything. Right, Dario, you got it. Unibet Tietema needs UCI points to stay in the first. Yeah, so they're trying to get promoted up. They don't want to get relegated. With these riders coming on board, I think they acquire those UCI points that those riders have too. Fab Silent here. Dude, you're back. No TV until 9:45 for Denmark, but Women Tour of Poland is on with about 35K to go. And I can't see the Tour of Poland. I can't find it anywhere. We could look at live stats here, but I can't see it on TV. It's one of the very few races that's not on Flow Bikes. Guys, I gotta say Flow Bikes is probably one of the best ones out there. All the little one-day races in the fall that all the pros go to, that Poggy goes to, they're all on Flow Bikes. You can probably get it. I know one of my friends, Chad Ritchie, in the States, he uses a VPN to get the Canadian feed. Okay, yeah. Sorry, dude. Yeah, I'm just catching up with Dario here, guys. Yeah, he's in the race Novo Nordisk. Evard, welcome, and Dario here. Dario, me, not I. I'm only 18. So Dario's a young dude. Dario, do you do much riding? Was it Dario that said he actually rode here? Right, Evard. Teams should take a lesson from Cofidis. Don't ditch a rider who's in hospital, Lance. Exactly. I don't think they ever really recovered since then. Yeah, Cofidis has just been always kind of on the outside. I think it was just last year they hadn't won like a stage at the Tour de France in 20 years. Wasn't that last year? I believe it was. Evard saying, yep, 2020. So yeah, Taddy's burnt out already today. Whatever you call him, guys. Poggy, Slovenian alien. It's 2025 and he's kind of just fried. I would go spend 2 weeks laying on the beach doing nothing. I wouldn't even be on my bike if I was him. I would like get myself so that I missed it and I wanted to go back. Oh, yeah, here's something else too. I think his girlfriend, partner, whatever you want to call her, spouse, I think she's racing at Tour of Romandy. So if Dream's here, maybe she can let me know. I'm positive she's at Tour of Romandy. Okay, Dario saying Lucas Kubis. Dario, let us know about your riding background. So Dario's a young dude, apparently. He's 18. Okay, so he rides with his dad here. Lucas Kubis is a rider that can ride top 10 the whole season long. Yeah. Everardson, he has to get away from media for several months and just live. Yeah, just, dude, I would be like, okay, man, I'm going to hang out in Monaco. I'm going to suntan. I'm going to work on my tan for the next month. I'm sick of being white, pasty white on part of my body and totally tanned in the rest. Gap is still at 135, guys. Ooh, here's a good stat. How did that stat just disappear? Yeah, it was showing the teams without a win. Longest without a win, and it just vanished. So maybe they pulled that stat down. Maybe it was wrong. And I'm checking my feed over here, guys, just to see when it comes on. Let's get that going. I'm in. Just log me in. Still trying to log me in here, guys. Okay. Fab's on TNT Sports Channel 4, if you can get it. Yeah, dude, that's out of the States, so I don't do bother with that. No. Is TNT US? I'm not even sure. Sheila Newman. Google says that Turbo might be broadcast on YouTube, so I'll just try that. Otherwise, it's like Discovery Plus and some other stuff. Yeah, guys, it's just wherever you can find it from. Remember, I can't show you video. So far, I started doing Tour de France. I was thinking about a few days ago. Out of 35 days, I think I didn't stream for maybe 1 or 2. And I didn't miss the race. All my off days, I was live streaming racing over on Zwift. So taking these last 2 days off, I've been wondering what to do with myself. It's like, okay, what am I doing today? Why am I not streaming? Yeah, so I'm going to have to find out where Tour of Britain is and how can I show it. I guess I could do it just from here. Okay, come on, Flow Bikes. So yeah, it's going to be Tour of Denmark today. It's just really clunky right now. Okay, I'm just going to have to go watch. It's still waiting. Deer saying I ride with a city bike, but still sometimes I ride 50K, mostly all the time 30K rides. That's kind of what I do too, dude. Like, I like to just get on quickly and ride 30 to 40K. I do most of my riding inside. And can we see? Yeah, so back here, here's the left. Here is the left brake shift lever on my inside bike. So I'm looking up here. I have a fan up here. I have a Backmaster fan up here. That's the only kind of fan you guys should get. It's kind of like a... If you ever want a really good fan for riding inside, search in like Air Mover or carpet dryer or something like that. They're like round fans that just blast so much air at you. You can't even turn them up full blast. And we're going to get back in here, guys. Let's get actually into the race. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, Dario. With my city bike, I can still be fast. So a city bike, you probably mean like a hybrid, I would assume. Kind of slightly wider tires. A little bit tougher for the city. Flat bar, I think. Yeah, dude, you can be fast on any bike, really. Any bike. Look at some of the bikes that the pros were riding in the mid-90s. They don't even compare to modern bikes yet. There's still records that stand. Fab Silent. Dude, you noticed it. Yeah, dude, I wasn't sure if you could see that. So if anyone here hasn't noticed, dude, I don't even know how you can see that because I can't even see it there on my screen. So I'm watching what you're watching right now. But Fab Silent can see right here. Here is the Zwift Play. They're orange. So you guys must be able to see it better than I do. Yeah, dude, I love riding on Zwift. I love riding on Ruvi. I think I might do a Bike Terror ride today, I believe. I'm just always looking. Sometimes it's just a matter of which one can get into quick. Yeah, love the Zwift Plays. I would use them all the time. Ruvi has virtual shifting now. So I rode Ruvi yesterday. I think I rode Ruvi yesterday. Yeah, I did. But the Zwift Plays, they don't work over there. Dario, today I sprinted 40k per hour, like for 30 seconds on my city bike. Yeah, I just got back in cycling since yesterday. Last time before that is May, so you've been off for a bit. Okay, Fab Silent's on Zwift. Dude, I'll add you in there. Fab Silent, cycling. Oh, dude. Man, I've been butchering your name. Dude, you should have corrected me. I've been calling you Fab Silent. It's Fab Cycling. It's Fab Cycling. So I'm just, yeah, dude, sorry about that. It's Fab Cycling. Dude, I'm going to add you on Zwift too. Yeah, I'll remember that name. Okay, guys, let's get position here. 72 kilometers done. Gap's still at 135, 105K to go. I think it's still going to be a little bit chill for now. Back-to-back winners. Tour of Denmark. Dude, Avard, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much, brother. Avard is kindly helping out the channel here, guys. And I will continue to do all my cycling coverage, guys. I'm 100% committed to being your source for independent broadcasting / commentating of these races. I think what does it here for me is the chat. The chat is what does it, guys. If you watch another broadcast, you don't get to talk. You just sit back and have them tell you how they feel about it. I want your guys' point of view here. So Fab, I'm going to add you on Zwift later, dude. I'm not sure Fab, where are you at again, dude? It's a matter of like trying to if you want to have a Zwift meetup or whatever, which I'm thinking about doing on some of the platforms, on Bike Terra or even on Ruvi. Everyone's in different parts of the world, so it's kind of hard to get it all going. Let's take a look at Victor Vaucroulier here for Baloise. Team Flanders Baloise, 22-year-old, time trial rider and one-day race specialist. Just did the Tour de Wallonie, 91st overall. So again, the reason I'm doing this race, guys, is just to keep going, keep the kind of the process I'm going through every day. I want to see the sprinters back in action. Jasper Phillipsen, Mads Pederson, of course Fabio, Jakobsen. And it's a good way to see all the up-and-comers. There's so many teams out there. It's kind of like, I'm probably the same as you guys. If it's not World Tour level, I don't really know a ton about it. And so these last few races, I've seen so many new riders that are awesome. And they will be World Tour soon. Okay. So, Avard, dude, thank you so much again, dude. All the support is appreciated, guys. Just liking the channel even, subscribing to the channel, sharing the channel. I've had people come in, hey, my friend told me about your channel. Love it. Little things like that. I get people sending me, dude, I love this channel. Okay, man, I love it too. Let's go. Let's rock. We're in the pipe 5x5. Evard, oh wait, where can we send bike pics to you? Dude, what you need to do, I would say, is jump on Facebook and just find Inside Cycling World there. So I am on Facebook, I am Inside Cycling World. I had a dude, Curtis Odom. He's from, I think, the San Diego area. He was with us at the Vuelta a Burgos and gave me all the awesome information about Isaac Del Toro. He messaged me and he goes, so who are we actually talking to at Inside Cycling World? I'm like, dude, it's me. It's me. It's not some big thing that I'm just the voice of. That's me. So Inside Cycling World on Facebook. Just go there and then you can message me. I'm also on Instagram as well. You can message me there. Whatever you guys feel comfortable using. I'm not saying I'm great with all of them, but I will get back to you. Yeah, bike pics would be great. Fab Cycling here. It's all good. You've got data pouring in that requires your analysis. Avard, you've created community. Thank you so much, dude. Avard, thank Joey. She does so much to keep calling going. Yeah, absolutely, dude. So all the stuff, like, she's like, okay, what are you doing next? She came home from work yesterday and she goes, okay, so why aren't you streaming? And I'm like, dude. I actually call her dude. I've only been off 2 days. But yeah, again, it felt like a lifetime to me. I said, Tour Denmark's coming up. I need some thumbnails for it. So Joey does all the thumbnails. You know, what kind of race is it? It's weird hearing your wife ask you, what level race is it? Is it 2 point? Is it a UCI Pro Series? Guarantee your wife's never asked you that before. Guarantee it. Mine's asking me that now. What level is it? Then I said, yeah, don't forget Tour. I think she's worked on the Tour of Romandy. I said, that's World Tour 2. So, guys, going to the Tour of Romandy, it's kind of a weird one. It's only 3 days. And I know in the past I said this about the Tour de France Femmes. Some of the races are short, but I guess you just got to know that. You got to know that. So, like when Pauline won, there was no way for anyone to come back. There's only one stage left, and that's just the way it is. You got to play within the rules of the race, the structure of the race. So, Tour of Romandy, it's got a time trial day 1. Day 2, hill climb. And it's a tough climb. I think it's 12 kilometers at 8%. Believe I can check on that. Day 3 is more of a rolly one, probably try to break away. So that's it though. So you got to decide what you're good at. If you're a time trialist, you got to get all your time day 1. Now here's the problem I have with it. I don't know why they do this. The time trial, it's an individual time trial. It's 4.4 kilometers long. I'm like, oh, come on. Like, make it 15, 20 kilometers to give the time trialists a chance. It's such a short time trial that you can't get big time gaps because the time trialists are going to lose it all the next day. Okay. Yeah, Avard. Dude, yeah, so reach out to me on Instagram. It's Inside Cycling World there. Reach out to me on Facebook, Inside Cycling World there. There's also my other profile, which is not private, it's public. It's just my name, Colin Emerson. You can reach out to me any way you want, and I'll respond on any of them. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going. 1 minute 35. Average speed 42.1. I would imagine that's going to start picking up in the next little while. To me, these guys are not going full gas right now at all. For this kind of course, I would expect a lot higher speed, like 45k an hour plus. So here's my timestamp, 42.1 kilometers. Sorry, 42.1 average speed at just under 2 hours into the race, 1 hour and 50 minutes. That's going to start going up. We still have 100 kilometers to go. So I would imagine it's going to be, 2 hours of video feed I'm going to have here today. Then I'm whipping out of the house, going into town. I got to do the office. I got to mow the lawn, guys. I'm the lawn guy at the office there. Oh, look at this. Which competitors at today's race are waiting the longest for a new professional victory? Wow. Julian Vermote here. 8 years since his last win. Rides for Team Visma Lisa Bike. 36 years old. Wow. Rode the Tour of Britain. 2 stage wins at the Tour of Britain in 2014 and 2016. This guy's been around a long time. Started out with Quick Step Cycling, 2011 Omega Pharma Quick Step. Edix Quick Step, so spent 6 years at Quick Step. 7 years because I went to Quick Step Floors, went to Dimension Data. 1 year at Cofidis. Then he bumped to Pro Series with Alpecin de Koenig. And now 2024, 2025, back up to World Tour status. So probably a rider for, let's take a look. He did Tour de Suisse earlier this year, did San Sebastian Classic, didn't finish it. Find that race there, that San Sebastian Classic, there's a lot of DNFs at it. 4 days of Dunkirk, Tour of Romandy for the men earlier this year. And all the spring classics he was at. 69th at Paris-Roubaix. Strade Bianchi didn't finish, so he had a really big season. Again, tons of racing here. Just a guy, you don't see him around that much, but he's out there racing. So that's Julian Ver. Hasn't won a race in 8 years. And then we got Alex Edmondson here, an Australian. Team Picnic Post NL. Wow, this guy's been around for like forever. Mitchelton Scott, Orica Green Edge, Orica Bike Exchange. Wow. Again here, take a look. San Sebastian Classic, DNF. It's one of the most recent races, ran on August 2nd. I think that was a week and a bit ago. Yeah, tons of DNFs there. I'm seeing that race a lot right now. 42.1 k an hour still our average. And I just want to see what's going on here, guys. 42.1. Oh, I'm on top chat. I'm sorry. So if I've missed anyone here. Yeah, Avard, again, thank you so much. Joey does a lot here too to keep me going. Keeps me motivated. You know, even when some of these events aren't seen as much. So guys, if you know people that want to see this later and want like a replay of it, just share the stream to them, guys. You can watch it as a replay later too if you can't watch it now. Again, 1 minute 35 second break. It's been sitting constant all this the whole time. It's probably bouncing back and forward too. Oh wow. So this is a really cool stat here as well. The earliest race. So I think what they mean by the earliest race is how long ago. So the longest race back where two of today's competitors raced at is Omloop van het Vaasland in 2008. And speaking of which, we just mentioned him. Julian Vermote was there. And this guy, Jimmy Janssens. So they were both racing together way back in 2008. One's on Team Visma Lease Bike, and now one is on Alpecin de Koenig. So this would have been another guy. These two would have been teammates, I think, back in 2022, maybe 2021. There could have been some crossover there. If we go back to Vermote, he was at Alpecin de Koenig. Yeah, he was. He was there for 2021 and 2022. These two would have been teammates at Alpecin de Koenig in 2021 2022. And they also did this race 17 years ago together. They would have been probably like brand new riders back then. They're both 36 now, 17 years ago. So they would have been 19 years old racing. Sorry, they did another race, Omloop van het Vaasland in Belgium. So probably two of the older guys in the Peloton today, outside of Jakob Vogelsang, who is now 40 years old. Got 23 here watching, guys. All the hardcore cyclists are here today. There's that live chat. Just making sure that's on, guys. And I need to check something else here. We look good. And I think we look good over here. Yep, we're good. Okay, sorry guys. Just getting distracted here by my feed. Making sure everything's working good here. Okay guys, Tour of Denmark 2025. Where are we at? 41.5. So it's actually slowed down a little bit now, probably through these rollers. But that's got to ramp up by the end. It's got to ramp up. They're under 100 kilometers to go now. Still 1 minute 35 second gap. And can see that everything's working good here. Yeah, dude, love Fab Cycling. It's all good. You've got data pouring in that requires your analysis. Yeah, dude, I'm just reading names and seeing what's going on. So again, guys, if you can, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so now and hit the bell button, just so you know every day that I'm going live for the upcoming races. Particularly the one I'm most excited about right now is Vuelta a España. I love the Grand Tours. I love Spanish racing. If you've never seen Vuelta a Burgos, I just did that race. Go back and watch those videos. If you want to get like familiar with the area, how good the racing is there, how passionate they are about cycling. Vuelta a Burgos is an awesome race. It's kind of like the main tune-up race for Vuelta a España. 80.7 kilometers done. As we're still working our way across the island here, I think we can weather during the race. Let's check the weather during the race right now. Average wind speed, it's 15 kilometers an hour, guys, so it's not that tough. As we head to the other coast, though, I can see maybe there being some crosswinds. Maybe. Obviously, it depends how strong the winds get out there, how exposed they are. I kind of think these islands are quite exposed too. Temperature right now is 20 degrees Celsius. So it feels like home here. 1 minute, 35 second gap still. And we're slowly moving towards our next sprint point. That sprint point looks to be still about 25 kilometers away. And yeah, it's good. I'm actually looking here. Yeah, that pointer sticks out way better now. Okay, let's get that going back up there. Yep, live chat's good. Okay, everything's good here. So yeah, then we're going to do Tour of Romandy. Why don't we have a quick peek at that, guys? I want to show you that stage race coming up. We're going to bounce out of here for a second. So races coming up this weekend. So yeah, another big one right now, guys, the Tour of Portugal. That's a 10-stage race, 2.1 level. And I follow Project Echelon quite a bit. They're racing right now. Tour of Romandy Feminine. So it is Tour of Romandy Feminine. 3-stage race. They only cover 249.7 kilometers in total. But I'll show you the stages here. They've got, yeah, so look at this. They've got a 4.4 kilometer individual time trial. Then they've got this stage 2. This is the tough one here. This race here. So stage 2, 123 kilometers. It's this climb at the end here. This climb at the end is quite brutal. So they've got a climb earlier on, 1.6 kilometers at 6.6%. This is a hill climb I've never heard of. La Sumaz, 12.8 kilometers at 8.1%. So they've certainly set up this 3-day stage race to be dominated by a climber, because the individual time trial experts, the sprinters, don't stand a chance here. And it's it's a hilltop finish, this event too. So when you get to the top, it's over. You don't have any chance to catch up. Category 1, man, I think that might almost be an HC. 13 kilometers at 8%, that might almost be an HC. And then stage 3 for that event, we could take a look at that here too. Yeah, a bit more lumpy. No big climbs though. So this one here looks like it might be a little bit of a circuit at points. I'm seeing the same climb here. Here's Le Châtel. That sounds really familiar to me. Didn't we finish at the Tour de France at Châtel? There was a town called Châtel, so I'm not sure if it's the same place. But I think that's where Pauline went through to win the Tour de France on stage 8. Well, secured the Tour de France. And then they head through a place called Larras, back to Le Châtel, Larras again, and then finishing the final climb at Antagnières. So more probably set up for breakaway groups. So 3 days. I think it's going to be really good. Okay. Dream here saying hello. Lost my connection. I think I might have lost my connection too, Dream. Dream, we were just talking about the Tour of Romandy. What do you think about it coming up? Give me your thoughts. I'm actually on it right now. I'm going to jump into it right now. It's 3 stages. I'm really looking forward to doing it. So it starts on Friday, guys. My biggest complaint is that team time trial. Sorry, the individual time trial needs to be longer. 4.4 is not enough. I don't know why they've got it so short. Let's have a look at it before. Okay, so it does climb a bit. Okay, maybe I can see it. I can see a little bit why. I'm looking at the time trial here right now. Let's look at the race profile. So this is the individual time trial at the Tour of Romandy coming up this weekend. This will be Friday. It's only 4.4 kilometers. Yeah. Dream, I mentioned that earlier to you. I'm like, what do you think? Marlon Rooser withdrew. So stage 1, it is 4.4 kilometers, not long enough. However, they are climbing. I think they gain almost 300 meters, 280 meters in this time trial. So it's a steady upgrade climb. So maybe that's the thinking behind it. Yeah, there it is right there. It is definitely a climb. So, okay, I'll withdraw my statements a little bit about it. I still think it could be longer. They can do more than that. I think that's really not giving them enough credit. And then stage 2 is insane. This one here, Dream, what do you think? The best climbers are just going to destroy everyone here. So going into this race, you got to know that. You got to know if you're not a climber that you're going to get destroyed on day 2. So you better make sure day 1 you take some good time out of the climbers. Or you're going to do it on stage 3 because it's done the next day. You don't have multiple stages left. Here is that final climb. If you look at the middle of the screen here right now, I'll try to center this up for you a little bit. This climb up all these switchbacks, that's going to be really cool to watch up that climb. Again, it's a climb I've never heard of. So really cool to see them going to different places. Get back into this race here, guys. We're actually slowing down more. Average speed now, 40.6. Looks like they're just out for a stroll today. Last nations with the first stage win at Tour of Denmark. Austria in 2017. Svein Tuft, who we mentioned earlier. This dude here for Canada, way back in 2010. 48 years old. Wow. So he would have continued racing up until 6 years ago. Would have been 42 years old racing. And it was Grand Prix Montreal he did and Grand Prix Quebec, both DNFs before he retired. Okay, yeah, 6 riders still in the break, guys. Dreams here. She was sick half of 2024. I think long COVID. Don't know what's her injury. Dream. That's Vollering, Gigante stage. Is Echelon possible in that stage? Are we talking about the hill climb stage at Tour of Romandie? Or are we talking about Echelon today at this one? Because I think today it might be possible. If I come back here, guys, and I look at the map again, this is the best way to get to the map here. Breakaway. Okay, so maybe a breakaway has formed. Yeah, there's a lot of changes in direction in this race today, if that's what you're talking about, Dream, but I think you're kind of referring to Romandie. Along this coastline here, I think there could be some echelon action happening there. Just going to come back here for now, guys. Stage 1, get back to the live stats. Yeah, still 135 gap. Yeah, so that climb's going to be awesome there. Guys, here's something else I wanted to talk about too. So I know there's been a lot of talk. And why the media is asking her this. I was talking about the media earlier. They kind of annoy me. Why are they bugging Demi Vollering about her weight? I look at her and I'm thinking, yeah, you don't need to lose any more weight. And so it's become this big deal. And Demi's quite outspoken, as she should be, about how it's, not good for young girls watching. And in my head, I'm kind of like, well, how many young girls are actually watching? We need more women watching the women's races. I would love to see that. I keep pushing that. Keep more. 146 gap now. However, I just want to go back here because it's kind of like here we are in 2025 talking about riders being judged by their weight. Anyone ever heard of Jan Ullrich? Has anyone ever heard of Jan Ullrich? He was basically ridiculed because he would gain weight in the off season. Like basically he was called Fat Boy. So I just want people to remember that's what he went through. It's happened before. So that's probably why this is happening now. But yeah, I think her weight's perfect. She's probably still the best cyclist in the world right now. I'm still going to call her the female Poggy. And yeah, I'm going to be cheering for her at the Tour of Romandie. So yeah, it's kind of weird stuff the media asks all the time. Don't you think you need to lose weight? How much weight can she lose? How much more weight can she lose? I don't think really any. I think she's got everything just figured out right. Dear Lace, which are the sprinters in this race? Dude, in this race, let's go through that right now. Let me just back out of here. Good question. I think you know who they are. But yeah, thanks for asking the question. It gives me something to talk about. So for our start list here, big sprinters, Jasper Phillipsen for sure. He's been out since what would be July 6th, I think it was. July 7th, crashed out at the Tour de France. So obviously all sprint power, very explosive sprinter. Then over here, I'm going to bounce to Fabio Jakobsen. Okay, Fabio here for Team Picnic Postnord, pure sprinter. Want to have a quick look here. So he's got a couple of top 10 finishes at the UAE Tour. Ooh, look at that, stage 7. They did the Jebel Hafit. That's a brutal climb, guys. Look that one up if you don't know it. I did quite a bit of videos on UAE Tour. Sorry, like, wasn't the tour itself, but the hill climbs there over on my whoosh. And yeah, so he's got a couple of top 10 finishes. Here's a third at Paris-Nice. So sprint finishes here. He will be contesting the sprint as well. And then for Lidl Trek, we got Mads Pederson. He does have a sprint on him. Maybe not a pure sprinter like, say, Jonathan Milan, but he will be there. So that's kind of who I'm picking for the front. Okay, and just here right now, guys, favorites for the final GC, based on the kind of like the fantasy league here. Mads Pederson far and away first place. Then Mateus Skelmos, same teammate. Magnus Kort over at Uno X Mobility. Soren Wernskold over at Uno X Mobility. So let's get the Tour de France. Ooh, DNF stage 10. What happened on stage 10? What was stage 10 again? Guys, I should know this. I stream that race 4 to 5 hours every day. And then Tibor Del Grosso for Alpecin de Cornet Sprinter. So that would be for GC. I don't see those guys on GC. Like, I don't see Tibor there, GC. But yeah, sprint victory possibly. Guys, if you look at the detail profile, you can see it's very rolly through here. So this will be slowing them down, but eventually, once we get past that sprint point, it's going to start speeding up. Okay, and right here, guys, good questions. So, Deer asked who are the sprinters in this race. Here's, we've got some good sprint info coming through now. Which team has the best sprint train at this Tour of Denmark based on combined sprint points of each team's lineup? Alpecin de Koenig first. Second place, Team Picnic. Then Lidl Trek. Fourth would be Uno X Mobility. And then Unibet. And then you can see their top sprinters there too. So we got Jasper Phillipsen, Fabio Jakobsen, Mads Pederson, Magnus Kort, and Lucas Kubis for Unibet Team Rockets. Cool story behind these guys. I watched the one of their videos. I haven't really watched a lot of their videos, to be honest. But I watched the video where they were handing out pizzas to every single rider after the Tour de France this year. And they were all like, is it warm? Yeah, it was warm. Primo stuck his down his jacket like a piece of cardboard. Dawn, I thought they were more focused on Pauline's weight for being too skinny. Well, they were, but they're also asking Demi if she needs to lose weight to be competitive. And I'm like, just leave her alone. Oh, okay. Dream, I think there was a video in Dutch after stage 8 where she said to Labous, I am stupid, I am too heavy, right after she saw and embraced her. Okay, so maybe that's why the media's all over her too. Dario is saying other 5. Okay. Other 5. Dario, just let me know what you're talking about there. Other 5 sprinters, or there's basically, they've got 5 big sprinters here. Oh, maybe you want to see the other 5. Okay. Okay, let's have a little look here. So these are teams with sprinters. We got Milan Mensen. Let's take a look at this guy here. Milan Mensen for Lotto. Is shown as a sprinter, but, you know, not a pure sprinter. Can probably do well. Here's a nice finish. Brussels Cycling Classic got 4th overall. Just looking at early season racing. Got a top 10 at the Tour of Romandie for the men. That's a World Tour race. That's a decent position right there. Wow, there's a Tour of Rwanda early in the year. I didn't know about that. Way in February, March. More top 10 finishes there for the Lotto development team. Guys, I'm waiting for it to light up. Speeds came up a little bit here in the last couple kilometers. Now back to 42.5k an hour. The sprint teams will be getting ready for the sprint point here. There's points available and time bonuses. So this is a variant on what we've seen so far. Tour de France is just points. I noticed with the women's racing, Tour de France Femmes, they had time. Vuelta e Burgos had time. This race has points and time available. So all these races can do things a little bit differently. Teams pulling in the Peloton right now, obviously Alpecin, Uno X Mobility for their sprinter, and Lidl Trek. I'm just going to confirm here. I should be getting coverage any second now, guys. Actually, I think I might have coverage now. Yeah. Just give me 1 second here, guys. I think I have coverage right now, and I've missed the start. Having the stats, Pro Cycling Stats Premium, and the video at the same time is like so invaluable to me. So now you can actually get a chance to see what I'm seeing. If it ever lights up. Come on, Flo. I may have to back out, guys, and try to... Okay, there it is now. It was just there. They have this thing when you refresh it, it just goes to a black screen. And then it gets hung up. Of course, I'm double tapping it too. Favorites. Okay, so other 5 favorites for GC. Which are the other 5 favorites for GC? Okay, dude, I think that was down here. Oh, dude, yeah, you're right. Sorry, dude. I knew what you were saying. Dude, just give me 1 second. I got to get this feed up. Okay, I'm going to open it again because this is not working. Flow Bikes. And it is working. It's just that when you first get in there, when you try to launch it, sometimes it goes to this black screen. Yeah, first video I see. Where's Poggy? Okay, Tour Denmark. Got it. Got it without double clicking on anything else. And I'm going to light it up now, guys. There we go. We got the Tour Denmark going. Try to turn some brightness up on this. Looks quite nice out today here. And now I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing on the road. Because I got good eyes. Okay, so favorites for the final GC. This is from Dario. Mads Pederson, Matthias Skelmos, Magnus Kort, who's won it before, Soren Werenskold, Tibor Del Grosso, Alex Zingel, Alex Segart, Jasper Phillipsen. Yeah, like GC, I can't see Jasper winning it unless he gets time bonuses on the sprints too. Dylan Van Barl, that's a name I forgot to mention. He's Team Visma Lisa Bike. And then Albert Vithen Phillipsen. Let's take a look at this dude here. Rides for Lidl Trek. So they've already got Mads Pedersen for top 10 as the #1 favorite to win. They've got this character here, Albert Withen Phillipsen. GC rider, climber hills. They also have Matthias Skelmos, #2 favorite. So they've got 3 out of the top 10 riders of being in the final GC. We've seen the best sprinting team. Which riders are present at... Jonathan Milan is not present here. Yeah, see, Jonathan Milan, they're saying he's here, but he's not here. He was probably registered for it. See, right here. Which riders are present at Tour of Denmark from the top of the PCN Sprinters ranking? Jonathan Milan's not here. Tim Murley's not here. So this is kind of a weird stat they're showing right now. And if we do look back at Jonathan Milan, what I did see pop up here quickly, right-hand side, take a look at this, August 17th, Hamburg Cycling Classic. I'm going to do that race this Sunday, guys. That's a big deal, that race. 1-day race. So we'll be checking that out as well. Still rolling along here, guys. 42.6, so maybe it's slowly starting to build now. Speed slowly building up. We're at about kilometer 96. And we have a sprint point coming at about kilometer 108 and a time bonus. I think I'd like to know what's at the end. I'm just going to take a look at Virtual GC. Sometimes they put complimentary. What kind of points are available at the finish on this one today? Ooh, take a look at this. Top rider per specialty per team. Okay, Visma's best rider is probably Zingle. For GC, for climbs, for hills, for sprints, Van Barle for best for the TT. So the best rider for team Visma Lisa Bike here is Zingle. Axel Zingle, 26 years old. To be honest, guys, a rider I haven't really heard a lot about. Just saying. Been on Visma Lisa Bike for 3 years. Cofidis before that. He's 26 years old. Looks to be, you know, from what I'm seeing here, one-day race specialist and kind of a, you know, semi-well-rounded rider. GC, TT, a little bit of a sprint, a little bit of a climb, but he does good in the hills, and that would be more rolling hills. Did the Tour of Basque Country earlier this year. Kind of looks like he took a break after May. I got to think he was maybe injured. So watching this, he did Paris-Nice, Milan-San Remo, Basque Country. Okay, nice to see riders on screen finally. Ooh, whoever's on the front here, we have a rider up front absolutely drilling it up front. Drilling it. I'm going to find, yeah, Alpecin de Koenig, one rider on the front, Lidl Trek team there, and Uno X rider. So you're going to see a lot of red colored riders here. Good thing is these two teams really, you can tell them apart quite easily. Looking at the countryside here, wow, looks like home. So crazy. 10,000 kilometers away and it looks like home to me, whatever the distance is. Yeah, so then here on the Tour of Dunkirk, you can see he DNF'd. This is way back in May 17th, and then he hasn't done anything since. So I bet you he got hurt there. And that's why we haven't seen him. So this is probably his like return to racing right here. 1 minute, 56 second gap. So they've let the gap go out again. Okay, guys, let me get caught up here. The problem is, okay. The problem is they have no climbing data from Pauline. That's why FDJ don't have a strategy against her. Pauline didn't race any mountains before Tour de France. Okay. Don's cheering on Poggy and Sagan. Let's go. Although Demi would still have lost, but it wouldn't have been by 4 minutes, probably just by 1 minute. So we were robbed of stage 9 excitement where FDJ just went to beat AG. AG Insurance Sudal guys, and gave stage 9 win to Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. A lot of people from Unibet that attacked the season. So Dario is obviously a supporter of Unibet. Dude, I know you're from Belgium. I think that's what you said earlier. So Unibet must be your favorite team there. Guys, Peloton's really strung out. What's absolutely hilarious, one guy has decided to take a quick nature break at speed on the side of the road quickly, and the Peloton is absolutely smashing it at the front here. There's a line of 20 riders, Alpecin, 2 riders up front, a string of Lidl Trek riders, Uno X, and then about 4 or 5 Alpecin de Koenig riders behind them, followed up with Team Visma Lisa Bike. You see a lot of riders looking back going, dude, why are you taking a nature break right now? We're actually off the front here. 2 minute gap, it says here, under 2 minutes. And that's exactly what I'm seeing here over in the data. All getting set right for the sprint point and time bonus point. Hamburg Cycling Classic this Sunday. Get your hamburgers, guys. Let's go. It's going to be on August 17th. Oh, Fab Cycling here saying 5K left in Poland. Oh, Volker Wessel rider. Awesome. That was probably my favorite team at Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift. Volker Wessels. I think they were the standout team to me. As in, yeah, they didn't win. That's okay. They didn't win a stage. But their team was always there. Competing against the World Tour teams. I remember Maud, I forget her last, Brindbeek or something like that. Eline Janssen, another one. Just a really strong team. Yeah, Dream, exactly. If we compare Pauline and Demi versus Jonas looked much thinner. Yeah, there's nothing left to him. There's nothing left. Dario, I support Lisa Bike and USC, also Unibet, Team Rockets. Top riders for other teams, dude. Okay, let's take a look. We'll go into the start lists. I think it may be Sagart here. Actually, I think Mentes Milan here was considered for top 10. Yeah, this guy was early. Milan, Menton for Lotto. Team Visma Lisa Bike. Alex Zingel is kind of like their highest rated rider overall. Dylan Van Barlow is the most experienced. He's 33 years old here. GC rider, TT rider. Just got second place here. Dylan Van Barlow just got second place in June at the Netherlands Individual Time Trial Championships. Who got first? Let's find that out. First place, a dude named Dean Houle, who rides for Lidl Trek. 20-second time gap between the two of them. Bouncing back here, Dylan did the Giro this year, got 95th overall. Mads Pederson is far and away the favorite to win the race. Then you got to throw in Mateus Skelmos. Team Picnic here will be here for sprint wins. Just watching the race right now, guys. These 6 look like they're working pretty good together. And they're not messing around either. They're not looking at each other. Everyone's taking their turns. In this mix here, I want to come back. We've got like World Tour riders. No, these are all Pro or Conti riders here. So we got Victor, Continental level rider, 22 years old. Julius Johansson. Okay, we do. We got a UAE rider here. Julius Johansson, who just competed. Look at this dude. He just rode the Tour of Poland. When did that finish, guys? Tour of Poland finished on Sunday, didn't it? Yeah, Tour of Poland finished on Sunday. Gets 1 day to travel, and then straight over to Tour of Denmark. So, busy guy. So, that's a World Tour rider. Marius Dahl here, decathlon. Oh, development team. This is the Continental level team here. Just saw that. Looks like almost the exact same jerseys. I think there's some crazy road furniture in places, guys, in the way of police officers standing in the middle of the roads. The 6 riders that went through, 5 went to the left, 1 had to veer to the right side. Probably saw them at the last second. And yeah, they are heading to the coast now, guys. They're out on the coast here, so I'm going to start looking for flags, any of the fans have nearby, and see if we've got any winds here. It was blowing 18, 19 kilometers an hour earlier. I find that you need to be around 25 to start having echelons forming. Here's another Magnus Clares here, riding for Air Talks, Carl Rass, 29-year-old. Last race he did was something called the Gravel Weekend. So, Conti team here. You're going to see a lot of races that you don't know, but they're obviously well attended. Wow, this guy looks like a real gravel rider. That's what he is. So, he rode a gravel race on August 8th. He got first place. He rode one in Norway called the Rift. He got first place. This is something I know nothing about. Gravel. I mean, I watched a little bit. Oh, he did Lifetime Unbound. It looks like he did the big one. Got 51st place at that. UCI Gravel World Series. Second place on June 14th. So this guy, gravel specialty rider who's doing some road riding. Obviously, he's got the engine, but he does a lot of gravel riding. So that's kind of cool to see that. Conrad Hoekstedt here, 20-year-old, riding for Team Coloquick. Again, I said that was the Colostrum company. And there are going to be a lot of races I don't know here. Here's a Ghent. Here's another Ghent Velgolum. That doesn't seem like the right one. This is the 1.2 race, probably under 23 race. So development rider here, but in the break right now. Looking back at the course, they're riding very close to the water here, so that if there is any wind here, it's going to impact them. You know, basically they got the beach, one house deep, and then the beach right in front of them. And Yeah, Jonas is super skinny. But yeah, back in the day, they basically ridiculed Jan Ullrich for putting on any weight. I was like, he couldn't enjoy his own life. 43k an hour, so it's picking up now, guys. I think for the rest of the day, that speed is going to be increasing all the way. We're 2 hours and 26 minutes in. We've done 105 kilometers. Conspiracy theory. Oh, I love conspiracy theories. You know that dream. Why weight is the talk of the town? They don't want the public to get faster by being thin. Just buy the better bikes. Yeah. Exactly. Just buy better bikes. Guys, I see a lot of people buying new bikes. I brought it up earlier. When I find that picture of Julian Dean's bike from 2003, it was a Cervelo, you're going to look at it and go, what? That was a 2003 bike. It looks so good. Guess what? He's better than, I think Julian Dean was a sprinter. Why don't we do that? We're going to do that as we're just waiting for the sprint to go off here, guys. Give me a second. Julian. Oh, guys, I don't know how to type anymore. Julian. Look, his name doesn't even show up. Because it's been a while since he raced. Let's take a look at Julian Dean. I think he was an all-out sprinter. Bit of each. So he's 50 years old. He retired in 2012. So he's been gone a long time. 13 years he was with Orica Green Edge. Team Garmin Cervelo. Team Garmin. Credi Agricole back in the day. So his heyday, what you can do is look here on the side, PCS rankings. This will be somewhat similar to UCI rankings. His big year was 2003. So I can bounce back to 2003 here and show you what that was like. What did he race? He did the Vuelta in 2003 over the time limit. Wow. Check this out. He did this race. He did the Tour of Denmark. 9th in the GC. 6 stages back then. Wallon Tour Swiss. US Pro Championships. Tour Picardy. 4 days of Dunkirk. Tirreno Adriatico. Tour of Qatar. That one's not around anymore. But yeah, so Julian Dean, they were showing his bike, and it's just absolutely beautiful, the bike. I think a lot of people get too hung up on, oh, I need a new bike, it's going to make me faster. Not really. It's not going to make you faster. It's not going to make you faster. You know what? Just lose a couple pounds. There, that's how you do it. Yeah, so at the bonification, I love that word, bonification seconds up for today. We've got at the point, we've got 3, 2, and 1 seconds. Oh, it's saying 3, 2, 1 here and 10, 6, and 4. So we have time savings at this point and the finish. It doesn't show the finish yet, but I'm also seeing 5, 3, and 1 green jersey points, sprint points. Results of the sprints right here, guys. So the 6-rider breakaway's gone through already. Marlis Dahl got 5 points, 3 seconds time reduction. Julius Johansson gets 3 points and 2 seconds time reduction. Conrad Hogstead for Team Coloquick. Yep, Team Coloquick here gets 1 point and a 1 second time reduction. Yeah, so cool to see that. Continental Development Team rider wins the sprint. So took those sprints points away from the big teams. The big teams now are going to be thinking, okay, we got to start winding this up. We got 70K to go. They've got a 2-minute gap on us. And I'm watching a replay of the sprint here right now. Hopefully these guys get all sorted and back reorganized if they want to stay away. Yeah, Don. Jan Olker put on 10 to 15 kilograms in the offseason, then struggled to lose enough weight to be competitive for the Tour de France. Yeah, they called him fat all the time. Like, honestly, that was, late 90s, early 2000s, because, I mean, Jan, he did that every year. Imagine if you did that now. Imagine if you, I guess I don't know, whatever. If you were to say that to a rider now, oh man, that's not allowed. So Dario wants to know more about Team Unibet Teatima Rockets, which I think he knows quite a bit about them already, but let's have a look. So we have Lucas for sure. Guys, just let me get back here to the start lists for Unibet Rockets. So Lucas Kobus here, I think that's their sprinter guy. Yeah, sprinter. I say this guy's pretty well-rounded. May not be the best climber, pure climber, but handles the hills well. I think he does really well in this kind of terrain. So I could see this guy having a chance today, as long as his team has a decent lead out for him, because he's going up against some of the best. Let's look at this guy here too. We got, that's a hard name, De Vries, pure sprinter. 29 years old, says he's a pure sprinter. Can handle the rolling hills as well. Then we got Zeb Keffen here, British rider. GC rider, kind of looks like a well-rounded rider, so I don't expect to see him in the sprint. Joran Blom, sprinter / time trialist. I like this kind of rider. Right here, can TT and sprint. Then we also have Andreas Stockbro, another Danish rider, sprinter. So they've got a nice sprint team here. Nice sprint team. Most of these guys can sprint. Look at this. Sebastian Nielsen. So Unibets came here. They've got a good sprinter. And we've also got Adam here. Oh, this guy. Check out Adam Tupolik here. This guy is probably their most well-rounded rider. He's 29 years old, from the Czech Republic. He's got like a max rating in the hills. You can see the bars here, guys. What I'm showing you here is their specialties. Kind of rates them on all the points they have. These are PCS points here, assigned by Pro Cycling Stats on all their performances. This guy is the best well-rounded rider for them. So if I was to think of their GC guy, it would be this guy. It is a flat race, though. Generally flat. It's going to be lots of sprints. So in that case, someone like Lucas Kubis might have a chance. Again, not as well-rounded, but better sprint. Pretty decent GC and time trial. This race could be decided on time bonuses. With 10 seconds at the end, that's a big difference. Okay, so we know the sprint points there. 42.9, guys. See, it's starting to slowly work its way up. It's all Alpecin de Koenig. Lidl Trek at the front. Uno X riding on the left-hand side of the road, and the decathlon riders are there too. Now, remember, the decathlon riders here are their development team. Take a look at them quickly. The decathlon riders here. Yeah, development team here. So it's not anyone off the main team that you're going to know, but they're here racing. We've got Novo Nordisk here with Matthias Kopecky here. Big sprint on him, so I expect to see him at the finish. Guys, I think it's been an awesome sort of finish here today. Okay. Avard, that was also Miguel Indurain's plan for the Tour de France. He would start 5 to 10 pounds heavy and ride his way into shape by the time the big mountains hit. Okay, let me just keep going here. Fab Cycling. Abrahamson for Unex gained weight to ride faster. Yeah, dude, Fab Cycling. So, guys, is it Jonas Abrahamson? I always make up Tobias and Jonas. Apparently, he put on 20 kilograms, 44 pounds. Like, is that real? Did he really put on that much weight? Yeah, and so basically he says he's a way better cyclist, slightly heavier now. So maybe being a skeleton rider is not the ultimate end-all, be-all. To quote Lance again, it's not about the bike. Dario, Giovanni Carboni and Odd Christian Ecking are also from there. They will ride another race. Yep. Unless you're this is from Avart. Unless you're hunting for tenths of a second, a new bike won't help that much. Yeah. Take any of these riders, take anyone here, and put them on a bike that at least has index shifting, and they will destroy all of us. So you could take any of these riders here and put them on a bike from the early 90s, aluminum wheels, maybe a full carbon frame. Not too sure yet. They were around then, but they won't be like today's. No electronic shifting. They'll still beat us. So it's the rider. Exactly, Avard. Better to get fit and optimize what you have. I have friends who are still bike shopping. Like, dude, you're not going to get that much better. I guess they just disposable income and just sell more bikes. That's why I posted a picture of Julian Dean's bike from 2003, the Cervelo, that was like just drop dead gorgeous. Probably like Cervelo at its best. Like I said, the only thing that was kind of a little bit goofy looking was the brake cables. Sorry, the shifter cables coming out of the shifters across the front of the handlebars. They hadn't been like routed inside. Dream, is Verenskold the heaviest rider at 92 kilograms? Okay, I want to know that. So he is for Uno X Mobility. Verenskold, 92 kilograms. Yeah, this guy is, yeah. And he's 1.59 meters tall. I'm going to say it right now, guys, because sometimes I joke about myself. This guy is a full-size man. This is a full-size man here, just so you know. If you put this dude beside him and Jonas in real life, put them in jeans and street clothes, no one's even going to look at Jonas. I hate to break it to you. No one's even going to look at Jonas, and people are going to be... This guy, you're going to be going, oh, high up there. 1.95 meters? Guys, I think that's like 6'4". And he's walking around at like 6'4", 200 pounds. Wow. Good stats, too. He's not a climber, obviously. So look at his specialty here, guys. His specialty on his stats. One-day races, really highly ranked GC, really strong TT, pretty good sprint, climb, virtually nothing, and he's okay on rolling terrain. Wow, Dream, thanks for bringing this guy up. I like this kind of rider right here. Okay. Yeah, so Dream, you're absolutely... Wilfred here. Wilfred Nyampu. Hello, who is on the first at the front? Dude, we got 6 riders at the front in a little bit of a breakaway. They will be caught here probably imminently. Down to 152 second gap. Speed now, 42 kilometers an hour. And see, this is where I think we're starting to enter stage 2, or phase 2 of the race. Some would say it might be a little bit further along at the first climb, but it might kick off right here. People trying to get away before those climbs. Yeah, going from 115 pounds to 155 allowed him to fill out his adult body. Dario Lacier Odd. Christian Ecking has 1200 in GC. Okay, I'll have to take a look at that. Also, I read somewhere that the heavier riders are the fast descenders, those that can descend, but they just can't go up on top of the mountain. Yeah, so that's where I'm always like, so obviously Verenskold there, when they design races, they need to design them with the sense of all types of the riders. If you're going to have climbs, you need to have an individual time trial. If you don't have an individual time trial, that rider doesn't really stand a chance. I was reading just a few days ago, and I forget which cyclist it was. I think it might have been Alan Piper. Like, this is olden day, guys. Might have been Piper. And they said against Miguel Indurain, in one time trial alone, he lost 19 minutes to Miguel Indurain. One time trial. I think it was like an hour-long time trial. So they designed those courses to, give the time trialists a chance. Then the climbers get their chance. Evard, I got destroyed on a ride by a 70-year-old riding a steel bike with non-index down 2 shifters. That was in the early 2000s. Exactly. All these new bikes, they're nice to look at, but they're not going to make you that much better. Oh, dude, my bike is 15 pounds. Take anyone that's here right now and put them on a 25-pound bike, and they're probably going to beat you. 100% they're going to beat you. It's just 7-8 pounds more. Their cardio, their engines are so much better than ours. Their ability to suffer, it's not the bike at all. Dream saying Soren won Omloop a sprint race. Let's go back to him again. So we got Soren here. Yeah, this is my new favorite cyclist right now. Just because of his size. This is a full-size human here, guys. This is what I call a full-size human. I'm walking around at 6'2", and I'm probably 92 kilograms right now. I could even be more, and I don't care. Individual time trial for Norway. He got 3rd place overall. So strong time trialist. Didn't start the road race. I'm going to look through all his results here. Paris-Roubaix, 42nd. Trobo-Lyon, 18th. Just looking for that one there. Yeah. Omloop Nieuwsblad, 1st place. So I'm going to take a look at that. Yeah, check this out, guys. Here's the big man himself. 6'4", 200 pounds of Norwegian power. Soren Verenskold. 3rd place, Jasper Phillipsen. Fourth place, Brett Van Moor. Saw that name a lot at the Tour de France. Here's Lucas Kubis for Unibet Team Rockets. Sixth place. I mean, the names are here, guys. Wout van Aert, 11th place. Soren Verenskold, racing here today, guys. First place overall. So, again, this is why I'm doing some of these other races, too. People are like, why are you doing the Tour of Denmark? Because there's a lot of good riders here, guys. A lot of good riders here. It's quite rolly through this next segment, guys. Watching the Peloton now. So the riders in the national jerseys, I think they're just a red. I'm going to look at that. I think they're like a red jersey with white stripes. There is a national team here. So if we look at the national team, let's just have a quick look. Yeah, it is. So this is the Denmark national team. They were just showing when there was rider 106 would have been Robin Skiveld here. So they ride for other teams, but for today they ride for Denmark. So obviously Jakob Fuglsang's here. Fuglsang. And going to bounce around here, guys, a little bit. Just going to try to get caught up for a second. Yeah, Dream. That's awesome info there. Lidl Trek on the front, guys. Looks like 5 or 6 Lidl Trek riders up front. Uno X following. Narrow, sketchy little roads here. Again, one road, one car wide. You can't pass another car coming in the other direction. I do see the Norwegian flags fluttering around quite a bit. Don't know how strong it is, though. Peloton is very stretched out right now. I think they just hit the gas. I think they're just trying to turn it up now. Riders up front grabbing bottles. See if they get organized again, guys. You need to keep going. Keep going. Ivard, this is from Don. Me too. One of the guys in my bike club was an Italian rider when he was younger. At 70, he would fall behind on the climbs, but then he would descend and pass everyone. Soren Verenskold is tier 2 sprinter now. Yeah, not Jasper good, but maybe he's a smarter sprinter. I say that, like, there's a difference. Jonathan Milan is just all-out mass speed. Jasper, I'd say, is acceleration. But there's other riders who just find themselves in the right places, like a Binyam Girmay. He can't keep up that top speed against Jonathan Milan. He needs to be smart and get in the right places at the right time. Oh, looking at this here too, Mateusz Kopecky has a strong background in cyclocross. So does Tibor Del Grosso. We're seeing more and more of these riders coming across. So Mateusz Kopecky here. Let's take a little look, see if I can see his UCI cyclocross races. I wouldn't know them. Guys, I'm going to do some cyclocross races this winter too. We'll do my brand of commentary. You won't be listening to some guy speaking in Belgium, Dutch, French. You'll be listening to me. Full Canadian. Dream, probably same with Benny. Yeah, I'd say Benny is a tier 2 sprinter as well. He doesn't have the high top end of Jasper or Jonathan or Jakobsen, those guys. Yeah, or Tim Merlier as well. I put Milan, Merlier, Jasper as tier 1 sprinters. Yep, I would agree. Dream, are there any other Team 1 sprinters? Tier 1 sprinters. Why don't you think about that, guys? Desperate need of a nature break. Hopefully, please do not attack me whilst I'm on my nature break. I'll be right back. And we're back, riders. Did anyone attack me? Did anyone go on the attack whilst I was on my nature break? Tier 2 sprinters. Dario, I think Dream here is just saying riders that are just a step down off the Top Guns. Don, dude, thank you so much. Don, guys, is OG of OGs. I think out of everyone that's here today, well, I know for a fact Don here has been with me since stage 1 of the Tour de France races here. Don, we covered every second of that race. Guys, average speed now, 42.9 kilometers an hour. Guess what? Speed's coming up, guys, just like I said. We all knew this would happen. We all knew this. Down to 51-second gap. They're bringing them back now. That's because any of the breakaway teams, escape artists, are going to try to launch it here over these small climbs. Wow, such a weird name. It's Heligpeder. Don, thank you so much again. Coffee fund, yes. Coffee fund, guys. Have you seen how expensive coffee is now? I'm only drinking instant coffee now. Teams pulling in the Peloton right now, guys. Good to see here. Lidl Trek. And over on the right-hand side, purple helmets, light blue jerseys with purple accents. Unibet Team Rockets, dudes. Dario, your team's here. Yeah, Dario's got it. Unibet is pulling. Everett here. Benny should study Robbie McEwen. Love Phil Libbett's description. It's like he's wearing Harry Potter's cloak. Dude, I never heard that one. I never heard that. I'm gonna have to start making those up. On the fly. Yeah, Robbie McEwen, one of my favorite sprinters too. He's got a really good book as well, and I love his commentary. Aussie, just straight shooter. Doesn't really worry about what he says. Just normal dude. Yeah, Unibet is on the front, guys. Looks like they have 4 riders on the right-hand side of the road. Yeah, 4 riders. Good. They're very easy to spot. Lidl Trek's there. Uno X lurking. Yeah, again, outside of the roads being way too narrow. Okay. Wow, I thought I saw a crash there. I'm just going to have a look back. I did see a crash there. There's a crash. I saw it before the commentators. I saw it. I saw a weird image. It looked like someone flew off on the side, and now I'm seeing them getting up. Road is so narrow here. It's a Team Picnic Post NL rider. So let's see if they've mentioned a crash. Wait till the timeline shows you the crash, guys. So there are a bunch of riders just getting back on now. By crash, he basically just did a little tumble into the grass on the side of the road. And when I say little tumble, he went right over his handlebars. And then delayed about 30 or 40 riders behind him. Yep, splits in the Peloton now, guys. There are splits forming. All resultant of that crash, which they still haven't mentioned. So guys, this is what I've been like my entire life watching cycling. Going, right there. And that poor Picnic Postnord guy finds himself off the back by himself. It's a rider called Mies Vlot. Let's take a look at this dude here. Very unfortunate. There we go. It just showed up now, guys. 9 seconds ago, they let you know. Welcome to my world. This is what I do, guys. Meet Veloz here. Development team. Oh, this is the development team. 20 years old. Wow. 1.8 meters tall. He's 57 kilos. So this guy's tool, and he is a sprinter. So yeah, he just had a crash. The only one that went down, he did go right over his handlebars. I think the road was so narrow, he just stuck his front wheel in the dirt on the side of the road. It just caught and just launched him. So he's been over his handlebars. He's back on, chasing hard. There were other breaks in the Peloton, and it's very strung out right now. I'm expecting that speed to start ramping up very quick here. Very, very quick. Okay, so yeah, take a look at the detailed profile now on the screen, guys. Right-hand side where the red arrow pointer is. Entry to local circuit. They're going to loop that 3 times. And that's why we have the 3 climbs up Heligpeder. We leave, head south more on our way to Rønne. That's the place we're heading, guys. Olaf Koy is tier 2. Yeah, I'd say that. Caden Groves, I'd say Caden Groves is tier 2. Who is first group? Dude, it's actually only showing 5 riders now. We've lost one of these riders of the front group 5. I didn't see it. Oh, check this out. Okay, guys, here's something here from Unibet Team of Rockets on Twitter. X. August can be a crucial month, and here's why. This month we are racing multiple stage races. One of them is Postnord Tour of Denmark. I think they brought a really good team too. Like a really good team. Wow, this is kind of cool to know here. Never knew this. Jakob Fuglsang, who I always thought was Danish, and he is Danish, was born in Switzerland. Mateusz Kopecky, born in the Netherlands, current nationality, Czech Republic. Wow. Things you learn. Things you learn, folks. Yeah, so for some of these teams, guys, and this is why I want to cover all these August, September, and October races. Guys, there's so many races to cover. I'm going to do every single one I can, 24/7, every minute. For a lot of these teams, it's not about the Tour de France. It's not about the Giro. It's later in the year, one-day races. It's not all about Grand Tours. Okay, top 5 sprinters for Dawn of all time, I guess here. Mark Cavendish, Robbie McEwen, Cadel Evans. Okay, Cadel, I wonder if he's maybe are you thinking Caleb Ewan maybe? Caleb Ewan. I think he was a good sprinter. He was a good sprinter. He's retired. Cadel won the Tour de France GC overall in 2011, I believe. Peter Sagan, Jasper Phillipsen. Dario's saying Wout van Aert. Oh, so Dario, are you saying Wout van Aert is tier 2? I was going to say Eric Zabel as well. Eric Zabel in his day, guys. So Eric Zabel would have been like mid-90s to early 2000s. He was a beast. I think he won the green jersey 6 times. I think so. I have to go look that up. And yeah, Andrew Raparov. I remember him too. Had that wicked crash. Dream. Wout and MVTP are probably tier 3 on flat sprints. On uphill, they can beat Mads. Yeah, see, I always talk about guys like Mathieu and Wout as, I call them long-range sprinters. They go further out, and they can maintain huge wattage from a long ways out. That's their sprint. They have to go from a long ways out. Yeah, Zabel was a beast. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe tier 2... Okay, so who are we talking about here? Okay, Wout maybe. I think Dara's talking about Wout here. Maybe tier 2 in 2021-22, tier 1. Okay. Yeah, like I would, if you put Wout up against Jonathan Milan right now, he has no chance. If it's a technical finish, Wout has a chance. Jonathan Milan is just like all out speed. Okay, what are we looking at here? What are the riders' capabilities needed for this race? Okay, well, they're saying basically it's a one-day race. That's your specialty. You need to be best at, I guess. Trying to figure that out. It's back to a 2-minute gap, guys. So they had it under a minute at one point. Now they've let them get away to 2 minutes again. One rider is hidden somewhere in between. So there's 5 out front. Then we got the entire peloton. One rider is somewhere out in the middle. So yeah, they're saying here between kilometers 104, 114, the peloton pulled back 44 seconds. Now they've just given them another 52. Here's a gift, guys. Go. Unibet riding on the right-hand side of the road. Picnic Postnord in the middle. Uno X beside them. And then Lidl Trek on the far left-hand side of the road. The only team I don't see there is Visma Lisa Bike. They're probably lurking just behind one of those teams. Again, very narrow roads, so hard for all the teams to get completely lined out across it. I can see lots of guys riding off the road here and having to use their cyclocross skills to make sure they don't crash, unlike the unfortunate Picnic Post rider. Wout van Aert reminds me of Andre Greipel. Oh yeah, Greipel was like, yeah, super beast. Super beast. Greipel, back in the day, he was tier 1. I'm also watching, I think I mentioned 2011 Vuelta España and Marcel Kittel. That was one of my favorite guys. Again, I bet you if you look Marcel Kittel up, full-size guy. Full-size guy, folks. Yeah, he was an absolute beast too. Yeah, Abdu was scary just watching. I would hate to have been on the roads with him. Yeah, some of those sprint finishes were absolutely insane. I'd like to see some of those guys from the past put on like modern bikes, modern training, modern technologies, modern aerodynamics, and see how they'd stack up. You know, like how good would Big Mig be now in a time trial. I think he'd still be incredible. That's my opinion. Back then, they had, like, realistically, they weren't that aero. Their positioning on the bike, their nutrition wasn't that great back then. You know, like, they were still eating sandwiches on the ride. They didn't have energy gels. So he made I read one of his comments, like, basically, when you bonked, that's it. You were just done. You couldn't recover from bonking. Whereas with energy gels nowadays, in less than a minute, you can feel the energy back through you. You'll get the calories and the nutrition that you need. Yeah, Andre Greipel was awesome. Alexander Kristoff was another one. Those guys were tier 1 sprinters to me. McEwen, Caleb Ewan. Caleb Ewan had an awesome sprint too. Yeah, I think he retired earlier this year. Okay, guys, where are we at? It's 2:05 now. We've entered that point. Yeah, so we're now on this local circuit. So we're going to be doing 3 laps here now. Yeah, 1 climb, 2 climbs, 3 climbs. So we're doing 3 full laps, it looks like, inside the circuit. We leave the circuit with the descent. So I'm expecting some breakaways trying to go here soon. And over that last climb, there'll definitely be riders pushing super hard to get on the descent and try to time trial away. 2:05 gap, guys, 2:05. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Colin, Inside Cycling World. This is what we do, folks. This is what we do here. And now I think I'm seeing Lotto on the front here. Yeah, that looks like Lotto on the front. I mean, yeah, it's Lotto. I just thought there might be another red jersey here. So, Lidl Trek, Lotto. Who is Lotto's big sprinter here? I honestly don't know. Milan Metkin's kind of like their GC guy. How about Sigert? TT rider. Got another Jonas here. Stefan de Schoitnier. This Belgian rider here has got like a big sprint on him. So maybe that's who they're riding there for. Okay, Abdu with better bike skills, putting the power straight to the wheels, would have beaten F1 cars. Yeah, he was an insane sprinter. I think he's a Russian guy too. Russian sprinter. Probably most of the 90s, I think Abdu Japarov was around. And that's the one, I think he's the guy that crashed into one of the gendarmes, one of the police officers, who was standing on the outside of the barriers at the finish line taking a picture. And he just like rode right through him. I'm surprised neither one of them didn't die. Like, basically, he hit the police officer doing over 70k an hour, I would imagine, in that sprint. No sign of Picnic Postnord at the front anymore. Wind turbines are blowing pretty good here out on the coast, guys. The wind turbines are blowing. So they're doing a lap. So there's a chance somewhere on those laps they might hit crosswinds. I don't think the winds are strong enough, though, to really break them apart right now. And all the teams are going to be on high alert. 2 minutes, 13 seconds. The guys up front are going for it. They currently have, well, they've got about 50k to go. Just under 49.7 kilometers to go is what it is. Average speed now, 42.9 kilometers an hour. They're going to start dialing it up. Teams competing that are waiting for their first pro win this season. We've got quite a few of them, guys. We have 8 teams here. Continental level teams and the national team. So none of these teams have a first victory this year. Okay, looking good here. 6 Unibet riders on the left-hand side of the road there. Lidl Trek sticking to the right-hand side of the road. They're all staying away from each other. Got our 5 riders out front, head of the race. It says 2 minutes 15 there, saying 2 minutes 13 over here. So all Continental level riders here. A lot of mixtures of bikes, Treks, Van Rysels. Lotto doing a lot of work here too. Alpecin de Koenig. There's Picnic. Picnic Postnord is riding with Unibet on the right-hand side of the road. Again, this is as they're coming at me, guys. That's how I like to call it out. Lidl Trek on the far left-hand side of the road. Lotto right beside them. Man, they're absolutely lighting it up right now. They are on a downhill here. I mean, they're dialing it up slowly here. Dialing it up very slowly. Expect that speed to keep rising. It's like the way they're riding right now, it's like they're in the last 10K of the race. I'm like, okay, guys. Points available. Oh, okay, guys. Here's something I didn't talk about. There's green jersey points available on all 3 of these climbs. So even though it's a climb, okay, hang on a second, guys. I don't know if those are mountain points jersey or green jersey points. Mountains, what have we got so far? Okay, so they do have virtual mountains. So Conrad got it for going over, this one first today. Conrad Hoogstad got 12. So the points are so different here. 12 points for that first climb. Then there's going to be 12 for each one. So someone here is going after the mountain jersey. That's what's coming up. The points jersey at this point, Marius. Okay, that would have been, okay. That would have been where there was the green points jersey and time points. Points at the finish, 15 points all the way down to first points, 1 point at the finish today. Okay, so the next 3 climbs, it's all about mountain points. 36 points on tap. Only 12 have been handed out so far. However, Conrad Hoogstad here has those 12 points. He's in this front group. This dude here, this 20-year-old, could be going into KOM jersey later on today. I'd take that. Okay, just talking about Altor Aguirre here. This is his longest race he's ever done. Let me just see here. Oh, Evartse, no, that was Yaja. Laurent Jalabert, another awesome rider from the past, guys. Think he won the green jersey. Wow, this is an insane corner here. This looks like a bike path. This, actually, guys, this is a harder climb than you think. Tons of spectators out here. Like, the roads are lined. It looks like a bike path. The corner they take, guys, if I had Bike Terror running, you would love this. If you don't know what Bike Terror is, guys, stick around. You're going to see it at La Vuelta. Bike Terror, this is probably for Dario, who's hanging out with us here today. Bike Terror is a cycling application, so you can ride your bike inside, simulate all the roads and the climbs. I can actually show you where the groups are on the road. It's very simplified graphics, but it gives you an awesome representation. They take a corner that's like a full 180-degree corner back, and it's so narrow on the corner, I can't wait to see the Peloton try to get through that corner. And they're going to do it 3 times. It's when they start the first climb up the Helligpeder. Now, Conrad here is in a jersey that's kind of a lighter green with stripes on the bottom and dark green on the top. Maybe that's black. Conrad Hoogstad here. He's got 12 points already. Yeah, black on top, Cola Quick with green and the white stripes. He wants these points. Is anyone going to fight him? Going to watch this here closely, guys. He's sitting on the front right now. 1 minute, 55 seconds. Sprinting right now. The decathlon rider tries to sprint him. Conrad's going for it here. Decathlon. Ooh, the decathlon rider is getting past him, guys. Conrad kicks again. Lights up the turbo boost. It's going to be very... And they're kicking in a third kick. I have no idea who got it. It could be either one of them. Motorbike's chasing them. They both kick 3 times. Kick, sit down. Kick, sit down. Whoever got it, good job. And it looks like Conrad got it. I don't know how they could tell that quick because I couldn't tell. Here's that brutal corner. Oh, wow. The entire Peloton, they're coming to a stop. There's riders cyclocrossing across the grass. It's a really hard right-hand bend. There's riders running across the grass with their bikes. There's riders putting their feet down, standing. So if you're on the back of the Peloton, you just lost 40 seconds right here. You are now so far off the back. Now, any team that's caught out here, I'm seeing a Lidl Trek rider back here. I'm seeing an Alpecin de Koning rider here. This is DS job. The jobs of the DS is to get these guys. You cannot be anywhere near the back. Mads Pederson leading the Peloton up with Alpecin de Koning flanking either side of his shoulders. Wow. Anyone that get caught back there, wow, brutal. Jasper's right there with Mads. That was like, yeah, the DS has got to get on that. Oh, Jaja holding the pieces of his Look carbon fiber bike is haunting. Avard, I have a Look carbon TT bike. One of my favorites. I think it's my favorite bike. I rarely ride it. I should put it on the wall back here. Dream. Who is the lightest? Clue. She is a female. Oh, Dream. That's going to be a hard one for me. Okay, Dream, is she racing at Tour of Romandy? I'm going to see if I can watch it on TV. If it is, I will be back. If not, I'll be back. Okay, Daryl. Cool, man. I think there were like 12 teams that won nothing at all. Yep, you're right. Dude, I think there was 14 teams. I think there was 14 teams that didn't win. I think 8 teams won. I think there's 23 teams in total. So maybe 9 teams won. Yeah, no points. So some teams, this is what they do. They've got to race these other races to get points. Dawn saying, I think Pauline is the lightest champion. Lol, yes, but not the lightest in the peloton. How about Ninke Vinke? Or no, I'm going to say Silke. I just love saying her name. The Team Liv Alula Jayco rider. She looked to be a lightweight to me. Okay, so it's not Pauline as the lightest champion. Sure, she's the lightest champion, but not lightest overall. Going back to the sprint here. So it was Conrad, then Marius got second place. They'll both get points there towards the green jersey. They're going to contest it again. Yep, so now we have a group of 30 at 141 back. The race is going to start blowing apart now, guys. It's on stage 2 of the race. We also have the third group at 2 minutes back. A lot of those dudes kind of blew it on that turn. They blew it on that turn. They needed to be right at the very front. I saw both a Lidl Trek rider and I saw, there's an attack going now, guys. I'm watching it now out of this group of 30. We have Tibor Del Grosso from Alpecin to Coin and Lidl Trek. Both these teams are going to mark each other here. We have Soren Craig Anderson. Ooh, got some experience there, guys. There's a couple more riders joining them right now. Uno X Mobility riders coming up. And I think a Lotto rider. 4 riders in this chase group. 4 riders are going off the front, guys. I would definitely get myself away from the bunch for that corner. So that corner, guys, people were actually stopped on their bikes, just standing there, waiting for everyone to get around it. It's kind of like something you'd see almost at like a Belgian waffle ride. If you watch those gravel races where everyone has to stop and put their foot down as they go through a tiny little tunnel, a little chute. So we got 5 out front, 4 chasing now, 128 back. There was a 6th rider out front too. I still have no idea where he is. Wow, absolutely. We have 4 groups on the road now, guys. 4 groups on the road. Let's take a look at the profile here. Kind of can't see it all, but they're not that far apart. 10, 12 seconds in places. So we got 4 up front, going through a bit of a feed station here for bottles. They're not picking up any bottles, and the Peloton's coming back right now. GC Peloton is what I'm referring to. Lidl Trek rider comes up to them and attacks straight over the top. Let's see how quickly they got this. Mads Pederson. It is Mads Pederson. He comes straight up to those 4 and attacks straight over top of them. He's going for it now, folks. He is going it from a long ways out. Having a quick beat back, see who's with him, who is going to be able to ride with him. Once I get an eyeball on this Lotto rider. Okay, now they're saying it's Craig Soren Anderson. Soren Craig Anderson, I should say. And here, Lidl Trek in. This is Soren Craig Anderson now. He's going now. He has opened up a small gap. All the Lidl riders, Trek riders are back. Seeing a Visma Lisa bike rider there too. Only one of them though. I only see one Visma rider in this group. Yeah, and there's a huge group. Wow, guys, there's multiple groups on the road. Multiple groups out there. So we've got our front group. A second group is Soren Craig Anderson riding solo. Third group at 120 at 5 seconds back. The majority of the peloton is over 30 seconds behind them. Let's get caught up here. Okay, Fab Cycling. Gaia Rellini, the lightest or close to it. Yes, she is racing in Romandy. She podiumed at a tour, imagine that. And she, at Flèche Wallonne. Oh, wow. 1 kilometer, 13% gradient with 26% in there. You know, yesterday, guys, just, I was watching, Soren Craig Anderson completely by himself now. Going on a long solo attack here. Now, I'm going to say it again. Guys, we're at the top of the climb now. It's a short categorized climb, but they're climbing a long ways up to the top of the Heligpeder. Doesn't really do it justice. You can see here, we've been climbing the whole way. Look at the detail profile. The climb is at the bottom, where it's quite steep. Then it levels off and it climbs again. For this second climb, you better make sure you're at the front. If you're not at the front for the start of the second climb, you're going to get smashed out the back again. And just watch. It's going to happen. It will happen. If I was a DS right now, I'd be screaming at them. You better get up there now, or you're just going to be stuck at the back today. Wow, Dream. 40 kilograms. So that's 88 pounds, 4'10". That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Like, so tiny. I mean, when that's your build, probably the only kind of sport you can do is maybe being a runner or a cyclist, because there's such a huge advantage in being light. You're not going to be a basketball player. You're not going to be a football player. You wouldn't be able to do a power sport like, say, swinging a baseball bat or something. You would have no power in your body weighing 40 kilograms. So, yeah, certain people are built for certain sports. So Søren Craig Andersen has had he's got a lot of finishes here. He's never won a stage at the Tour of Denmark. And wow, guys, he was competing. I did know this from early this morning. Way back in 2014, he was riding this race. He's never won a stage. Best place, second place overall in 2021 of the race. So get ready for me to say, I told you so, when there's riders standing at the bottom of the helipad again. May not happen as much this time because they're completely blown apart now. Søren Craig Andersen is just riding solo. Mads Pederson is probably like content. Let him go up the road. Just let him go up the road. Coffee time, guys. Need my coffees. A gymnast. Yeah, a gymnast too. Yeah, exactly. Certain people are built for certain sports. Swoosh Kid. Bro, you're back. Swoosh Kid, another OG member of the Inside Cycling World channel. Gives me lots of good info. Lucas Kobus is the second coming of... Oh, Poggy? Is that what that means? Or what is that? I can't see that. Of PTE. Yeah, he's Slovenian, isn't he? Lucas is Slovenian, I believe. I could be wrong. Unibet. Slovakian. Okay. He's kind of... I think he needs to smile once in a while. Take a look at his profile picture here. Not making fun of the dude. Dude, a little bit of a smile. You look like you're ready to kill someone. You look like the hitman out of the game, the video game, the hitman. If you know, you know. Yeah, Søren Craig Andersen sitting at 128 back, 17 seconds back to the first Peloton. Guys, I think there's multiple groups out there. Okay, no, it is saying now the split in the Peloton has all come back together. So this is when I'm a DS in the car and I'm yelling at them saying, guys, you better get to the front. I don't want to see anyone riding at the back because we need you for the finish. Best finishes for Søren Craig Andersen. 2023, he got first place at Eschborn Frankfurt. That was a World Tour race. 2020, oh, I remember this, the Binky Bank Tour. It's actually Bink Bank, but I call it Binky. Binky Bank Tour, he got a second place. So it's a stage race World Tour. And 2018 Perry Tours, first place overall, it says. When it was called a 1.HC. They don't even use that terminology anymore. Also Volta Algarve, Omloop Het Nieuwsblad, Tour de France, Stage 19, he won it in 2020. Stage 14, he won 2 stages in the 2020 Tour de France. That was the delayed Tour de France when they ran it in September. 5th place overall at Milan-San Remo just 2 years ago. Another finish at Binky Bank Tour. We're just going to call it that now. I'm allowed to. That tour doesn't exist anymore, so it's the Binky Bank Tour. That's how we run over here. Okay, he is riding solo right now. Grimace on his face, guys. Liedel Trek riding the Trek Madone SL8s, I believe. Is there an SL9 now? For all you bike freaks out there? Although you have to gain muscles now. The good tennis players are very lean. Yeah, I think there's a huge benefit. Guys, Peloton, it may be all back together, but man, they're going full blast right now. Full blast. All the riders in this race, there's a lot of them that are just hanging on. And they're giving Søren Craig Andersen, it looks like about a 30-second gap over the Peloton. riding away. This is one of the main bikes I see over on Ruvi all the time, so I'm very used to this paint scheme. Ruvi, another cycling app I use, in case you don't know. Soren Craig Anderson taking the gels on now. I asked someone earlier, like, guys, I never take gels. I've never used one because I do most of my cycling at home. And if I go outside, it's just, I've got enough energy in me. I'm not riding Tour de France. I can go for a couple hours on my fat stores. Still SL8. Okay, Fab Cycling, thank you. Yeah, so it's the bike with the weird cutout thingamabobber on the seat post. Yeah, it's a technical course too. So, okay, they're still descending technically here. They're still going downhill. It is a little bit windy here. Oh, this is going to be a hard corner here. Really hard right-hander that Soren Craig just went around. The Peloton's going to have to really slow down here. Okay, they did it way better than I thought, but that climb up to Heligpeder, yeah, get up there, dudes. Get up there. I don't see anyone off the back. I'm going to look here through the caravan coming up behind them here. I think everyone is back on board. You definitely don't want to be doing that on the last time around when you're going to have very little chance to get back on the front. Okay, check this. Here's a stat. Which competitor has the most profile views on Pro Cycling Stats in the 3 days before the start? Dylan Van Barle, Mads Pederson. Kind of the guys you would expect. Jasper Phillipsen. Guys, I've looked at all of them. I'm probably one of those numbers. Getting super hungry here, guys. I need my Pop-Tarts. Don, I need some of those s'mores Pop-Tarts you sent me. Actually, Don sent me a picture of s'mores Pop-Tarts. Me and Joey Jojo went on a binge. We bought the huge boxes of Pop-Tarts, eat them all, and then the regret sinks in later. Fab second, Ruvi, tell me you drink goat milk lattes without telling me. What? What does that mean, dude? Goat milk lattes? Nah, dude, I drink instant coffee. This is an instant coffee, guys, because I refuse to pay top dollar for all this garbage. Why are they showing me this? Oh, they are showing Heligpeder again. Group 1 is now on the climb Heligpeder. So they're going up it now. Which, it's close. I don't think they're there yet. Yeah, guys, check out your coffee prices in your grocery store if you're in the Canada or US right now. They're just ridiculous. Yep, they've just hit the Heligpeder now. That corner is so brutal. It's honestly like they're coming off a road onto a bike path. And it's, you're going this way, and then you're going that way. Lidl Trek, Visma Lisa bike on the front, Unibet there as well, Lotto, Uno X Mobility, Picnics there. They all want to be on the front. Every time they go up here, you might not get back on next time. Don saying it's the only ones he puts in the toaster. So Fab Cycling, let's go back to this comment. Ruby, tell me you drink goat milk lattes without telling me. Exactly, dude. So I guess Ruby has got, for Fab Cycling anyway, it's got the, I guess maybe it's the hippie thing to do. Dude, exactly, you just said it. You just said, no, dude, I get it, man. Guys, you're absolutely allowed to joke here. You're absolutely allowed to make fun of me at any time you want. As long as we're not getting too nasty, I'm all good with it. Yeah, so, Fab, I just said it. If you're on Ruvi, you're a hippie. I was told Ruvi was the hipster cycling site. Just jokes. Yeah, maybe it is. Dude, from my experience, I say Ruvi is probably an older crowd. I know for a fact the average user on Ruvi is someone like me. 55, that's the actual average age. White dude. Zwift, younger crowd. Zwift definitely has a younger crowd. My whoosh, I don't really know. My whoosh is all funded by the UAE. That's their cycling. Okay, here's that climb again. Yep. Lidl Trek on the front. I think this is Mads Pederson off the front right now, guys. Mads Pederson. Oh, there's guys wiping out on the corner, tipping over on their bikes. And DS's, where are you again? I'm seeing, I can't tell who the second place rider is, in a white jersey with red on it. I don't think this is a World Tour team here. I think Mads Pederson might have just gotten away here. It's Lucas Kubis. I couldn't tell his jersey because he's not wearing the Unibet jersey. He's wearing his National Champions jersey, I believe. Yep, National Championship Slovakia road race. And second in the time trial. Dude, this guy's a hitter. Wow, what a scoop by Unibet to get this guy. What a scoop. How did that other team let him go? I guess it's called cash money, isn't it? Oh, and dudes, so there's two up front. Mads Pederson with Lucas Kubis riding solo. The Peloton is absolutely annihilated behind them, shattered into pieces. There looks like there's about 5 coming up, 2 Uno X riders. One looks to be a very large man. I wonder who that is. That could be Soren coming up. But take a look at Lucas's program here. He's doing the Renewey Tour next week, guys. Guess what? Who's doing that? I am. So I'll be doing that next week as well. It's going to interfere with the Vuelta a little bit, but I'm going to figure out how to do it. So 2 strong riders up front. Got 3 main groups on the road. We got our front group, 5 breakaway riders. 1 minute 6. Oh, where is Soren Craig Anderson? So Soren Craig Anderson has just disappeared. No, he was caught by the Peloton earlier. Okay, I missed all that, guys. So we got 5 in the break, 2 riders chasing. Mads Pederson and Lucas Kubis. We are watching the points again. I think the decathlon rider got the points over the top that time. He beat Conrad that time. He did. Marius Dahl took the Heligpetter over Conrad. So if we look at the points classification right now, I'm not sure if that's actually right now. We're going to double check that. Let me just... Yeah, because there's more points than that available. It says 12, 8, and 4 points. 12, 8, and 4. 12, 8, and 4. So right now, Conrad got 12 at the beginning, 12 at the second, and 8 at the third, excuse me. Marius got 8 at the second point and 12 at the third point. He got none on the first. No, he did. He got 8. Ooh, this is going to be a close battle between Marius and Conrad Hogstead for the green jersey, the points jersey guy. Crash in Denmark. Yeah, there's crashes at the back there. Looking at the front now, guys, it looks like it's kind of came back together. 2 Lidl Trek riders. Lucas Kubis here for Unibet Teatima Rockets. A decathlon rider's in there and an Uno X rider. Let me get a situation here. So we got Mads Pedersen and Matthias Skelmos for Trek. Lucas Kubis for Unibet Teatima Rockets. Love saying that name. I don't know why. I'm probably saying it totally wrong. The guy that runs the team, and I think he was an ex-pro, the YouTuber dude. He's like, dude, you're butchering our name. Dude, sorry, bro. I'm from Canada. I can't help you. This looks like the chasing peloton here. Novo Nordisk on the front, 2 riders, and a Visma Lisa bike rider. Yeah, chase group here. Just looking to see. They're really strung out. Front group of 5 is probably starting to get tired out here, guys. How far do they have to go? Ooh. They still got 32 kilometers to go at this point. Okay, sorry about that. Trying to get an ID on the Uno X rider, and let me see if I can identify this guy just by his jersey. Okay, we got a rider here for BHS PL Baton Bornholm. This is a Continental level team in Denmark. Has to be this rider here. Sorry, this team here. And I'm just going by the color of his jersey. Okay, the Uno X rider. William Bloom Levy for Uno X Danish rider. Ooh, another tall dude. 1.92 meters tall. So one of the workhorses finds himself right at the front. Can Soren get up there for later on? I'm going to take a look at the points jerseys again, guys. Yeah, so these points haven't been updated enough. We're waiting for more verification on that. So we got 5 out front, a chasing group of 5. Peloton's only 14 seconds behind this group of 5 here. And again, we're still climbing gradually, and you can see it in the video too. You can see we're climbing. Real hard push here. The rider, there he is right there. Nicholas Larson, I think it was 114 was his number. Nicholas Larson, BHS, that's the exact team I said. Pushing hard at the front here, guys. So finds himself in a really good position here. Like, imagine being this dude. You're now riding with some of the best riders in the world. 2 Lidl Trek riders, Uno X rider, Lucas Kubis, and you're there too. Nicholas Larson, good job, dude. You're in the right place at the right time. That's what you got to do. Kubis and Pederson look like they made it through. Yep, they got through no problem. They're in a group of 5 up front right now. And what am I seeing here? Just trying to figure this out here. There's 5 off the front of the main peloton. The peloton's really, really strung out here. So I think 5 are trying to get off the peloton again. There's another group coming up now. Hank Brom, dude, welcome aboard. Dude, where can I watch this live? Dude, I'm watching on Flow Bikes. I'm sure there's a channel, probably Danish TV has it on, maybe Eurosport, whatever it's called over there. I can't show you video because I will be copyright struck immediately. So I'll do my commentary here, tell you what's going on the road. So I am actually watching the race, talking to you guys, watching the stats as it unfolds. The breakaway is still out there. These guys have been gone pretty much in the first 30 kilometers of the day. I think they got away. Then we got Mads Pederson, overall favorite. They're 1 minute back right now. Mads Pederson is far and away the GC favorite for this race. Okay, Mads Pederson, the last time he won here at this race was 2023, 16-kilometer individual time trial. He also won in 2021. He won an individual time trial in 2018, and he won stage 3 in 2017. So those are stage victories for Mads Pederson. He's got Matthias Skelmos with him. William Bloom Levy for Uno X, Lucas Kubis for Unibet Team Rockets, and Nicholas Larson for BHSPL Beton Bornholm. Let's get it, guys. Okay, so Evard's taking off. Dude, Evard, thanks for the support earlier, dude. You're the man. You are the man today. Have a great day. I'm on the road now. Okay, dude, we'll see you tomorrow. Fab Cycling, Peloton is attacking itself now and scattering. Yeah, dude, it's blowing up everywhere. Right now, I'm watching 5 riders getting away from the front of the Peloton, and the Peloton is moving fast, guys. The Peloton is moving fast. Actually, 6 riders in this group trying to get up the road. There is a Lidl Trek rider there. Visma Lisa Bike. We've got the Flanders Belloise team there, and 3 other teams. It might be a national team member there. Either that or a Lotto rider. It's all from helicopter shot. Bouncing up the road, you can see the 5 that are ahead of them. They call it the Pedersen group. So the Pedersen group is just up the road. There's 5 that are chasing hard. Can those 5 become 10? That would be a nice sized group to try to stay away all day. We still have our breakaway going though, guys. Breakaway is still up there. They are looking back a little bit now. They're starting to look back. I think there's a hard turn coming up the road up ahead. Just going to get through this here, guys. As Fab Cycling says, okay, first swoosh kid. Dylan Groenewegen just signed with you. Yeah, that's right, he did, dude. That's right, he did. So they've got basically a World Tour sprinter coming on board for next year. I think it's next year. I think he's sticking with them until... Okay, 6 riders. That's right. They're showing the 6 riders small gap. They're trying to catch up with the 5 out front. And yeah, the Peloton just cannibalizing itself right now. Pushing hard. Yeah, there's 1 and 2 bike length gaps between riders and places. This is going to be brutal finish, especially with 1 more climb. It's mostly the turn up the Heligpeder. So again, right now, I'm on the phone. I'm on my mic to them. You know, you grab the mic. They pull it down. It's on that pull cord. Guys, get to the front. Get to the front. Come on! Definitely saying a lot of come-ons, too. That seems to work well. If you say come on, you got extra wattage. The Peloton is a noodle now. Everyone chasing flat out. Eurovision probably shows it in Danish, right? That's right, guys. You want it in English? If you call this English, right here. This is where you find it. I'll do the best I can. Okay, head of the race. Who's this at the head of the race here? Postnord. Okay, so this might be this dude here. No, that's not him there. Sure looks like it, though. Oh, it might be because I think he's riding for the national team here. I think he is. Yeah, he is. He's a UAE rider. It's Julius Johansson. I can tell by his jersey. He's in the Danish national jersey on the Danish team. He's up front. Let's just bounce back here, guys. So these guys have been away all day long. 46 seconds now, guys. It's only showing 5 in the second group. There is a group of 6 trying to make their way up. It's showing 104 back to the main peloton. There's a team of 6 that are only probably 6 to 10 seconds back, something like that. I saw the lead Trek riders looking over their shoulders, seeing who's coming. So we've got a second group of 5. 5 up front, Breakaway. All Continental level riders and Danish national team. Chasing group of 5. Okay, I'm trying to get a gap here. I'm wondering if the 6... No, then the main peloton's coming. So the 6 that were in that group look like they've gone back to the peloton. It's saying 1 minute back to the main peloton from the very, very front end. So the Mads Pederson group only has about 25 seconds over the peloton. Fab Cycling, Eurosport Spain and Italy are also good for pictures. Yep, chasing group of 5, 20 seconds behind the front now and closing. Yeah, so I think that chasing group is gone now. That's what I'm seeing here. They had a long camera shot from a helicopter. I could see the Mads Pederson group, and then I couldn't see anyone in between. So here is the Pedersen group here. 2 Lidl Trek riders in this group. Lucas Kubis, the Uno X rider, and Nicholas Larson, Continental level team rider. All working really hard here. They're trying to chase down the Breakaway of 5 up front. They are coming up to Helig Petter again. That crazy corner. These guys are going to get away. I think these guys are getting away. The peloton's not going to catch them now because that corner is going to come up and interrupt the chase. That corner is so hard to take. There's only going to be a few riders get through, and depending which riders get through determines how good the chase is going to be. Okay, awesome point here from Dream. 7 of the 10 leading are Danish. Yeah, like this is their race, guys. Yeah, you can see it here on the stats. If you look over on the stats board here, the situation board, we'll call it Mike the Situation, you know. 7 out of the front 10 are Danish. We got a Nord. We've got a Belgian and Slovakian here. Lucas Kubis. Wow, this Lucas Kubis dude, wow. Unibet Tia Team Rockets, smart. Smart stuff. I can't wait to see them progress. And guys, again, this is why I love covering these races. I saw so many new teams at Vuelta at Burgos. We're seeing them here at the Tour of Denmark. I know this is not the Tour de France. I know this is not the Giro or the Vuelta. This is where these guys come through. They come through these races. So it's kind of like going and watching junior hockey. You're going to watch the next Connor McDavid. If you know who that is, you know. Pretty much the best player in the NHL. You can disagree with me if you want. That's okay. I'm not a huge hockey fan, but he lives just up the road from me right now, up in Edmonton. And so, yeah, this is where you see these guys coming up. You're also going to see people at the end of their career, back at their national races. Awesome racing. Love it. Again, they're showing the Helig Petter again. 0.7 kilometers, 7%. Remember, that's not the entire climb. So I'm on the front group right now. 5 riders up front. Victor Verkuli, Julius Johansson, Marius Dahl, Magnus Claris, and Conrad Hogstead. There's 2 riders. Here's the turn right here. With 5 of them, they just blow right through it. It's actually a very hard turn because it kind of like does a double ramp. When they turn off the main road. They go 180 degrees backwards. It kicks and then kicks again right away. You can actually see the bikes kind of bouncing over that kick. Really poorly designed, really. Here's the chasing group of 5. They'll be on that turn soon. They're all going to blow through it, no problem. And then the peloton's going to have to try to squeeze through there. So this is kind of a race of like road positioning. In the front group, the Danish rider, that would be Julius Johansson. One of the Danish riders riding for the national team. Second group through that corner, no problem. Julius Johansson is trying to get off the front away from that first group of 5. And he's doing it. He split up the group. The front group 5, 2 are up front right now. Conrad Hogstead didn't make it for the points. Marius Dahl didn't make it for the points either. So 3 have been dropped. Conrad, Marius, and Victor. 2 are up front. And here they go. Visma Lisa bike first around that corner for them. One guy looks like he totally missed his gear because he went from being the front guy to being virtually stopped on the side of the road. It's like he was in the big gear, couldn't drop his chain down, and he's stuck in a monstrous gear. Now we have 2 riders up front, Julius Johansson, Magnus Bach Claris. Let's check these dudes out. So one guy is riding for Denmark right now. He's actually a UAE rider, well-funded. Second place rider on the road. Love seeing this. Look at this dude here. We looked at him. This is our gravel dude. Gravel bro in the chance for a win, bro. Let's go. This is our gravel bro. Let's just take a look at his profile again, folks. Gravel weekend rider. Megre Gravel. The Rift. I think I've heard of that one. That's Iceland. That is Iceland. I've seen this race on YouTube before. Gravel race. And yeah, first place. 1 day race. I bet you it's absolutely brutal. Wow, some crazy things here. Daniel Oss. Wow, look at this. Daniel Oss now racing gravel. That's insane. Retired from the World Tour, but still racing gravel now. I think he was a big lead-out man. Just quickly looking at games. Chad Haga. There's another name that bounces out to me right away. I know, guys. I get distracted very easily. That's just part of the channel, guys. Part of the channel. It's kind of like I get distracted easy. I also go down rabbit holes. Yeah, so what a move for Magnus Claris here, the Air Talks Carl Ross team, to be at the very front right now. Potentially has a chance of staying away and winning stage 1 at the Tour of Denmark. Postnord Tour of Denmark, guys. It's 20 seconds back to the 3 remnant riders of the first group. 38 seconds back to Mads Pederson in total. So there's going to be a huge chase by some pretty lethal World Tour riders. And they said the Peloton's completely blown apart. Again, that corner on the Heligpetter, you could tell the Visma Elisabeth guys were screamed at by their DS. If you're not on the front, no Call of Duty tonight. You won't get to play video games tonight, guys. So 4 of them were on the front. 3 of them hammered up the Heligpetter corner. One of them, it looked like he could not shift his gears. It was like he was pedaling 20 RPMs. Getting back to it, guys. Getting back to it here. Yep, as Don says, it takes one hesitation with the gears from flat to hill, and you get left in the dust. Yeah, that guy got dropped so bad. I feel bad for him. Who knows? Maybe his Di2 wasn't working. Maybe he dropped a chain. It looked like he was trying to pedal, but like in some monstrous gear. Okay, so virtual KOM. So they are saying it's KOM, not points. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to look over here too just to confirm this. Yeah, virtual KOM, Conrad Hogstad, 36 points. Marius for Decathlon development team, 28 points. Julius Johansson, 12. So it's mostly guys from it's the breakaway guys. We have no more points available for them. They're going over the top. Still climbing though. Yeah, let's take a look at this profile. You can see it flattens out and then they climb again. So it's not just the Heligpetter. There's another climb on top of it. The Heligpetter is quite a wall. Now I've got Visma Elisabeth trying to get off the front of the pen. One rider trying to get off the front. Who is that going to be? Visma Elisabeth. Got Dylan Van Barle here. That's the big name. And Alex Zingel is supposed to be their best kind of like overall rider. 150 UCI World. Dylan Van Barle. They've got him at 726 UCI World. Lots of visits this week, probably because he's racing here. Okay, guys, I'm going to keep my eyes glued close to this. You can see I'm all over the place. Wow, the Conti level rider, Mr. Gravel, is working really well with Julius Johansson here. 2 totally different sizes of riders. Julius Johansson looks gigantic. I want to do this, guys, just to show you the differences in riders. Julius Johansson, he's 1.88. I think that means he's around 6'2", maybe almost 6'3". And then we've got the Conti rider, Magnus Claris here. It doesn't show his height. That's unfortunate because he looks like he's probably 8 to 9 inches shorter. But they're working well together. 20 seconds back to the chasing 3. A further 17 seconds back to Mads Pederson, Matthias Skelmos, Lucas Kubis. And 1 minute back to the Peloton overall. Peloton's back together now, apparently. Almost over the top, guys. Once they get over the top, kind of where we start descending here. Let's say, yeah, I was going to say once we get over the top 15, it's saying about 16 kilometers where we start descending down to the finish. There is a couple of little bumps along the way, though, they need to watch out for. Can these guys stay away? Who's cheering for the breakaway right now? Who is cheering with the breakaway? I know I am. I'm all in on the breakaway now, guys. And just to really, really show my bias when there's a breakaway. Okay, guys, check this out. Group Pedersen has now joined up with Group 2. Group 2 were the 3 riders out of the original breakaway, which would include Marius Dahl, Conrad Hogstead, and the 3rd rider would be Victor Viculi. So now we've got 8 riders chasing that front group of 2. Let's see if the ones that were just caught can hang on. They got some serious firepower joining them, serious horsepower. Mads Pederson, like, he's pretty lethal. Let's take a look at Mads Pederson for a second here. 29 years old. I mean, take a look at this, guys. Top results. 3 times Ghent-Wevelgem. 25, 24, and 20. Oh, yeah, by the way, he's a world champion. There's that too. 2019, 5 stages at the Giro d'Italia, 2 stages at the Tour de France, won the Hamburg Classics, Classics, they call it. He won that in 2023. That's on this Sunday. Don't miss that. 3 stages at the Vuelta a España in 2022. So that was his big year there. And then just a handful of other races. Deutschland Tour, which is coming up. I think that's coming up next week as well. He is currently the Denmark individual time trial champion. I want to look at that for a second because who was number 2? Nicholas Larson. So Nicholas Larson, who's at the front, is currently ranked as the second. He got 2nd place at the Danish individual time trial championships back in June, I think it was. So that guy is a hitter. The dude up front that's in 1st place right now with Julius Johansson. This guy is a time trial. So let's have a look at him again here. Yeah, pretty good TT. They say he's actually got a sprint too. Maybe we need a gravel specialty as well. This guy would win it all right here. Okay. Mads. Yeah, Mads on the move. 24 seconds back. They've got about 15, 16 kilometers. They can easily pull it back. All depends how these 2 out front work together. There's a couple of little pimples along the road. Mads Pederson, yeah, far and away placed the best in the PCS Sprinters ranking. So we got 2 solo survivors of the initial break of the day. Magnus Bach, Claris, and Julius Johansson. Probably Julius, whatever. And then we got, the time's coming down so fast now. I hate to say it, but I think that front 2 are going to get caught. The downhill might help them a little bit here. If they can descend a little bit crazier. They've got 8 riders chasing them, and it looks like the first 3 out of that initial breakaway are hanging with them. Decathlon rider looking back over his shoulder here, looking at the video over here now. Nicholas Larson, Victor Viculi, Marius Dahl, they're from the original, and Conrad Hogstead, I believe. Flanders Balois rider here. I think that's Victor. That is Victor. So, guys, look at it now. Yeah, still 7 out of the top 10 are Danes. 1 Norwegian, 1 from Slovakia, and 1 Belgium. So, it is their race, guys. They should be dominant here at the front anyways. We've got 2 Danes leading it right now. 17 seconds. So I think they're going to hold them off a little bit on this descent here. They should be able to keep that gap for a little while, and then they hit the flats. It's going to start dropping again. We just need something to happen to pray for the breakaway, guys. We're praying for the breakaway. And sprint finish here at the end with Mads Pederson there, Lucas Kubis. It does say that Magnus Bach has a pretty decent sprint. So actually, he's got really good specialities overall. So let's take a look at this rider. Airtox Colras. This guy, club rider at the Continental level rider. He did ride for Colo Quick. That team is at this race. He did ride for BHS. That team is at this race. Different name now. Obviously, those teams have been around for quite a while. And he's been with, it looks like, this Carl Ross team for 4 years. Interesting. Decent rider there. Very decent rider there. Very good at time trialing. I can see in the distance now in the video. Here comes the chase, guys. It's going to come down quick. 15 seconds now. Unfortunately, I think these two are going to be caught. Julius Johansson looking back now. Second look back. Now Magnus is looking back. They know it's over. Do they keep fighting, or do they just save some energy and hope they can get a sprint? Yeah, what a difference in size between these two. If you're watching this, the size difference between those two riders is incredible. Magnus can completely hide behind the front rider. And it looks like it's starting to rain, guys. We got some rain blowing in now. Rain is blowing in. We're heading straight to the coast right now, guys. Straight to the coast. My eyes are just glued on the video feed right now. So it's just started raining lightly. Yep. So in the chase group right now, for best final result at the Tour Denmark for riders in the Pedersen chase group, Mads Pederson won in 2023. Nicholas Larson won in 2019. This dude, we looked at him earlier. This guy won in, yep, right here. He won in 2019. Okay. So this guy knows the race. Matthias Skelmos got second in 2023. We saw that earlier. William Bloom-Levy, he's in the group 2 for Uno X. 23rd for him. And Victor for Flanders Balois rider finished 61st. So it's just their best placing at this race before. More rain showing up now. Now going right along the coastline. We've actually moved in more to the coastline now. We were inland a little bit doing that climb. Yeah, there's a bit of a bump coming up. Actually, you know, yeah, kind of steep. This would be a good place to launch. This would be a good place. I'm assuming we might see final attacks out of Julius Johansson and Magnus Bach-Claris over this last little bump. I'm looking at this little chunk right here, guys. It's at about kilometer 13.5. They've only got 9 seconds back now. 9 seconds back now. And even where I'm watching here on the chase group, they're climbing here. There's little bumps that are very hard to see on the profile there. 9 seconds to the front two. Can they stay away? Actually climbing a little bit of a cobble section here. Conrad Hogstead on the back, rocking and rolling, trying to hang on. Cobbles are probably wet and a little sketchy. A little suspect, as we like to say. Okay, Fab Cycling. They pulled the cars out from 1 and 2. Yeah, they're real close now. Can't actually see them on screen anymore. We're winding through a town, so they're just around the next bend. 9 seconds. And definitely raining. Camera on the helicopter might make it look worse than it actually is. Don saying flat finish. Should be exciting. Hope for no crashes. Dude, I love this race. I think this is really exciting. All these races are a lot of fun. They just don't get enough coverage. So yeah, we're doing this, guys, and I'm going to power through Friday, Saturday. It's going to be double stream days. Somehow I'm going to do that. I need to check the TV schedules, actually. Okay, here they are. Seeing the two front riders. They're not letting up. They are not letting up right now. Yeah, so that was that little bump I was watching. I was saying that there's still bumps. They're climbing right now. They're up and over the top of it now. They will be caught now, guys. They've got 13 kilometers. You got Mads Pederson. You got Matthias Skelmos. You got Lucas Cabuis right on your tail. You're going to get caught. But really cool. Like, again, if I didn't watch this race, if I didn't commentate on this race, I would never have learned about this dude. Mr. Gravel. Mr. Gravel. Like, yeah, he rode races as well, but take a look at this. You know, second at this race here, UCI Gravel World Series. Then he gets first place at this one. Tons of good results here. Second place at the UCI Gravel World Series in Blavedshoek. I don't know where that is. The Rift. Wow. So that's how you learn about these other riders that aren't World Tour, but they're right there. These guys probably all grew up together, riding together. Colin, powered by coffee. Absolutely. Dude, Colin YouTube M. Who's this now? Who's Colin YouTube? Do I have an impersonator here? How is Kubis looking? Dude, Colin. Dude, love the name, bro. Kubis is looking really good. He's in the chase group. There's 8 riders in the chase group, including Mads Pederson and Matteo Skelmos. They're 8 seconds behind. The remnants of the breakaway that had been gone since about kilometer, must have been in the first half hour they got away. Been racing for almost 4 hours now. Julius Johansson riding for the national team, and Magnus Mr. Gravel Claris. He's a gravel racer. Riding in front, head of the pack here. It's saying they're right around the corner, guys. What's this? Cash and Cash Dow, SNS Cow. Can we look summer for free? Dude, I don't think you can. Dude, it's everything now is subscription based. Dude, this is why I'm doing this, man. I want to let you guys know about the racing. Maybe you got me in your ear. You're listening to YouTube on your phone. Maybe you're at work. Hey, man, you're lucky. You got a job, right? I don't have a job. This is my job. It's 9:03 in the morning for me, guys. And actually, this was a late start for me today. I started at 5:45. Don, OG supporter of the channel, Don here, has been around since stage 1 of Tour de France this year. Every stage. Yeah, okay. So he is calling YouTube. My name is Colin. So, dude, so is my name. My name's Colin too. If you don't know me, Colin, Inside Cycling World. Yeah. So, dude, Lucas looks really good here. Thanks for coming on board. Yeah, dude, I love doing this. I did Tour de France. I did Tour de France Femmes. I just did Vuelta at Burgos. Love that race. I only got one stage of Arctic Race of Norway in. I just was so busy last week. The streams become 3 to 6 hours per day. But it's growing. Now the catch has been made, guys. Yeah, catch has been made now. We now have 10 riders in this front group. 7 out of the 10 are Danes. They're all back together, guys. Lucas Kubis is probably the best sprinter here. 560 sprint rating. Mads Pederson. Yeah, see, if you look at his specialities here, he's only about halfway up in the specialty bar for sprinting. Lucas Kubis here for Unibet. Could you imagine if Unibet won a stage here? I would love that. Absolutely love it. The YouTube team. Let's call him that. Colin says he also YouTubes. Colin, what else do you do on YouTube? Please don't tell me cycling commentary. Because then it's going to get confusing for people. Yeah, I watch this guy Colin on YouTube. He does, yeah, okay, you know what I'm saying, right? 10 riders in the front, guys. Peloton's about 53 seconds back. False flatty through this area here, guys. The last 10 kilometers. There's little spots of 1 and 2%. About 5 kilometers out, there is a 2% where if you're feeling strong, maybe you want to try to go there. Maybe you want to try to go there. That's what I'd be thinking. With what I'm seeing with Lucas here with his sprint ability, I would not want to be taking him to the finish. He is riding solo. He's going to have to surf the wheels, probably of Lidl Trek here, I would imagine. Okay, that's William Bloom Levy here for UnoX. Mateus Skelmos. Doesn't really have a sprint. He is their GC rider. Can he lead Pedersen out at all? He's actually doing it right now. He is pulling for Pedersen right now. Pedersen now moving to the front. Yeah, guys, more racing coming up. So we'll be doing this till Saturday. Friday, we start the Tour of Romandy for the women. I'll cover every women's race I can. Obviously, I can't do Tour of Poland today. I don't have a feed for it. And so the way I want to do it is I'll use my cycling stats here, but I have to have eyes on the race because I only started thinking I could do commentary because I'm seeing things that I'm like, why isn't the commentator telling me about this? They got the same video feed I do, and I've been doing this for 20 years where I'm like, hey, you missed that, you missed that. And then they tell you about it later, 5 minutes later. Oh, we heard that. So I want to do it. Sardinia here. Sardinia, are you from Sardinia? Vamos Kubis. A lot of support for Lucas Kubis here. Yeah, this guy looks awesome. Let's look at Lucas Kubis again. Again, I said he looks like Agent 47 from the Hitman game. Love that game. So Continental level teams all the way to 2024. Then he jumps to Pro Series team. UCI Pro Series team here. Unibet Tia Team Rockets. Most recent result, July 27th, he got a 4th place overall at Vuelta a Castilla y León. 60 UCI points there too, nice. A lot of familiar names showing up here too. This is a 1.1 race though. Again, it's all about these UCI points, guys. It's very important for the teams. Okay, so Marius Dahl's been dropped out the back, guys. The decathlon development team rider did get some good points today towards the mountain classification. Yep, so he's just dropped from Group Peloton, so now we're down to 9. Who's this dude? BMOZ COD. What are we thinking about Jasper coming back from injury? Dude, I think he would have been great up here, but he's not in the front group. They're currently a minute back, and I think a lot of that happened probably due to poor tactics from their DSs or their coaches. That hill climb, the Helig-Petter climb, just seeing Marius riding in the background, he's absolutely got his head down. So I always feel bad for dudes like that. He's the one guy that got dropped out the back of these 9. He's desperately trying to stay away from the peloton. You know, it's kind of like, man, I got dropped, but at least I can beat the peloton, which would be a big thing for this young dude. Here's Mads Pederson rolling to the front right now, number 21 on his Trek SL8. And this looks like Nicholas Larson coming through here. Nicholas Larson, BHS. Remember, he's won this race way back in 2019. So, Continental level rider. Used to be on Uno X. Julius Johansson still there. Hearing the puppy upstairs, guys. If you don't know, I'm on puppy patrol. We got a young dog. He's quite energetic. He could be destroying my house upstairs right now. Whatever. We'll walk it off later, right? 48 seconds back from the front group of 9 back to the peloton. Marius Dahl just sitting 6 seconds back. I'm looking at the profile here, guys. Here's that little bump coming up. It's not much. It's only like 1-2%. False flatty. Just power up it. Hit the power. Titama. Is it really Titama? Okay, Titama. Long as you got it. So this is Hank again. He was here earlier. Hank, I did see you earlier. And he says it's pronounced Titama. So it's not Tiatima, as I've been saying it the whole day. And I knew I was butchering it. But hey, man, I'm Canadian. Come on, bro. Help me out. So Titama. And that totally makes sense to me. Let's take a look at it again. Lucas. Titama. Yeah, okay. I can say that. Titama. I'm going to stick with that for the rest of my cycling commentary life. Yeah, I think, yeah. Well, dude, I don't know how Jasper's going to do. He's obviously got to be at the front. But that climb up the Helig-Petter, we did 3 ascents of it, absolutely shattered the peloton. Mostly because it's not a hard climb. It's the fact that they had to put their feet down. Guys were cyclocrossing over the grass. I'm sure there's going to be guys complaining about that later. They went off course and basically skipped over a little 30-foot section of grass to get ahead of people. Okay, guys. I'm missing some stuff here. I don't want to miss this. So, Titama. Yeah, Fab Cycling. Don't want to be on the Visma bus tonight. Dude, they tried on the last descent of the Helig-Petter. At least they were at the front. 4 of their riders were at the front. 1 looks like he was stuck in his highest gear possible. 3 went, and now they're nowhere to be seen. How is Toby doing? Oh, the dog. Yeah. Well, I think now Joey wants to call him Hetfield after James Hetfield. That's the true love of her life. Okay, guys, off the front here now. This is looking interesting. Julius Johansson riding for Denmark. And it looks like Matteo Skelmos are trying to get away. It's all coming back together. So, yeah. The Lidl Trek rider marked the Danish rider. National team rider. They've all come back together now. 4.3 kilometers to go, guys. Actually, it's 3.8 over here. I'm going to make sure I'm not behind it all. Give that a live. Still haven't ordered my new boom extension here for the mic. I need more reach on it, baby. I need more reach. We need more cowbell. I started calling him Rambler because he kind of rambles around all day. Oh, the Tour de France kiddies, yeah, they're still locked up with their mum right now. They'll be roaming around here pretty quick. Yeah, Trek SL8, it's a Madone. Yeah, it's definitely Madone. Yeah, Fab Cycling, you're right. National champion, that's Julius Johansson there. National rider, I should say. Yeah, he went off the front, and Matthias Skelmos marked his move. Sat on the back. Ooh, Uno X here. Giving the elbow out to the Danish rider again. Sorry, the Danish national team rider again. I know pretty much everyone here is a Dane. And it looks like that Marius is still surviving. It says he's about 25 seconds back. I'm really cheering for that guy to get away. That would be the win of the day, right? If he can just stay away from the Peloton, dude. So we got 9 in this front group. Trek doing the majority of the work. And I would say that national team rider. The Flanders Balois rider. This is a good position for him too. Victor Riculi here. Pro Series team. Team Flanders Balois. Okay, he was a trainee as of 2023, August 1st. Again, that's good to know. Every time I've seen riders designated as a trainee, it's always on August 1 of the year. I saw 3 or 4 of them at Burgos. 2.3 kilometers to go, guys. We've been racing for 4 hours already. It's time. It is time, guys. Who's going to light it up first? When do you make your move? It's going to sit to the end, I think. We're all going to sit together. We're all going to sit together right to the finish here. And according to this, I think Lucas is going to surf wheels of Trek. Matthias Skelmos is going to be leading in Mads Pederson. Lucas is going to sit on Pedersen's wheel and launch at the last second. I'm going to have a look at a few of the other riders here. Conrad Hugstead, not really much of a sprint. Got his KOM points today. Magnus, it says Magnus has a sprint. So Magnus, Mr. Gravel, it says he has a sprint. We're going to find out. Magnus, blue jersey, probably the smallest guy out on the road there. I don't have any height for him or weight, but he looks very, very small. 1.4K to go, guys. And it's generally downhill. There's one tiny little pimple to get over. Maybe one launch point. I think I'm at it right now. I think I'm watching it right now. Road's just kind of going up away. We're going to hang a hard right, I think. Launch by the Danish rider here. Sorry, the national team rider. Launching up the left-hand sider. He's going again. This has got to be his 3rd or 4th attack. Lidl Trek rider goes after him right away. Hard corner coming up. It is to the right. Wide roads, though, no problem. Peloton right back on his wheel again. That Lidl Trek rider just foiled that attack completely. 0.9 kilometers to go, guys. Lucas currently sitting 3rd behind a Trek rider. Where is the 3rd? Okay, that's probably Skelmos way back there. He was in 8th place. Balois Flanders rider going up the right-hand side as looks like Matthias Skelmos is trying to get to the front to help out Pedersen. The Flanders Balois rider's gone. 600 meters to go here, guys. Could you imagine if this guy wins? Can you imagine if this guy wins? Yeah, Skelmos is trying to get back to the front. Yeah, he's now at the front. It's Skelmos, Julius Johansson, I think it is. Yeah, Julius Johansson, the national team rider, then Pedersen. They're going to pull him back right now. The Balois rider just got caught. 200 meters to go, guys. Get ready for this to light up now. I'm watching the camera all the way, guys. So the Flanders rider just caught. He went a bit too soon. This must be Skelmos, national team rider. Here goes Pedersen right down the middle. Lucas looks like he's kind of blocked in here. Lucas is completely blocked in by the Uno X rider. He can't get through. He left that too late. Looks like Pedersen for the win here, guys. Pedersen takes it easily across the finish line. Lucas actually came up hard on his right-hand side. Lucas might have got 2nd place there. Yeah, Lucas, not great positioning. Kind of got stuck behind like a bank of 4 or 5 riders across the front. Just trying to back up a bit here, guys. So let's just get the finish here. Peloton's coming in right away, guys. Who's this here? Matus Shimura saying Pedersen with the win. Yeah, here comes the Peloton now coming into the finish, guys. Let me just get back here a little bit. I want to see what people are saying here. Yeah, the Danish national rider did a good job attacking there. Flanders went. He got caught. Skelmos got him. Swoosh Kid here. I'm not sure what he's saying there. Mads for the win. Yeah, we're just waiting to see final stats here, guys. Dawn saying, oh no, the stream will be ending soon. It will be ending soon, guys. Yeah, lighting it up again. Lucas found himself in 6th place at the start, into 5th. Danish national rider wasn't able to hang. Mads got a lead. Watching it here closely. Yeah, Mads easy. So it would have been Mads first. I think Lucas second. And then I think Conrad Hoogstad might have got third. Yeah, I think the Continental level rider here got third. If he did, that's awesome. Mads for the win. Oh, no, it's okay. Yeah, it is easy for Mads here. Fab second, great race. Colin, YouTube man, thanks for the comment. See you tomorrow. Yeah, dude, thanks for coming around. We'll see you soon. Just want to go back to the live stats here, guys, just so I can see the final results. Maybe I'll see them. Okay, so it's not giving me finals. It did give the second place to Lucas Kubis, so I did see that. And again, he was trapped back in 6th place at the beginning. 3rd place, I'm interested in that one too. I think that's a Continental level rider. Pretty sure. I think it's Conrad Hoogstad. So I'm watching between the two screens here, guys, just waiting for it to pop up. Dream Skillmost 40 seconds already versus other GC. Okay, let me just see that there. Yeah, I'm looking for some stats here, guys. Just going to give this a quick refresh here. Let's look at the actual GC if they'll give us anything yet. Trying to get this loaded up. Okay, web servers returning unknown error. We are... I think we dropped out for a bit, guys. I think we dropped out. I think we just had a quick disconnect there, guys. That Flanders Balois rider, he attacked so hard at about 600 meters. And it would look like Skelmos got him back. Pedersen was right there. The Danish national rider actually did a real good job. Probably helped out Pedersen a lot here. He got wedged in between the Lidl Trek sandwich. Lucas was riding in 4th place. They brought back the Flanders Balois rider. Oh, yes, Don's got it coming around for a 709er. Don, exactly, dude. Dude, you could just drop that in everyday life. I don't know what it means. I just know it's from the coolest movie of all time. So yeah, dude, you got to mow the lawn today? Yep, coming around for a 709er. Going out for a birthday dinner? Definitely a 709er. Yeah, Mads Pederson, easy sprint win for him. Now, what would happen if Jasper would have been here? If Fabio Jakobsen would have been here? It would have been totally different. But guess what, guys? That Heligpetter blew the race apart. Still waiting on final stats. I think we're going to get them now, guys. So yeah, Mads Pederson, Lucas Kubis, Conrad Hoogstad for the Continental team did get 3rd. Nicholas Larson, William Bloom Levy, I think it is. Magnus Black Claris, that's Mr. Gravel. Julius Johansson, that's team national rider. Matthias Skelmos, Victor Vercouli, that's the Flandrian rider, if you want to call him that. And then, this would have been 10th place coming in. So, Marius got caught. Marius got caught out there, guys. He didn't make it before those other riders did. He got caught by the Peloton. Top 3 predictions for tomorrow. Why don't we take a look at the stage for tomorrow, guys? We're going to look at that right now. And it's flat. They do climb 600 meters. Oh, we don't even have the profile here. But I'm looking at it here. It's 110 kilometers. It's quite a short stage. Race profile's not lighting up. 600 meters. I got to say this one, the sprinters are going to be out to play huge. This is a pretty obvious no-brainer one, guys. I do want to get back to stage 1. For live stats again. Oh, here it is. So we got results here, guys. Mads Pedersen, obviously. Lucas Kubis, 2nd. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to back up here now. Conrad Hoogstad, Continental level rider for Team O'Connell. That's a huge win for them. Then we got Nicholas Larson. I think that's a Continental level rider too. Extra Melody. Air Talks, that's Mr. Gravel. Julius Johansson here, riding for Denmark. He's actually a UAE rider. Matthias Skelmos. Now we're going to back up a little bit here. The second group coming through, 38 seconds back. So this would have been the entire peloton. Henrik Peterson, where were our big sprinters? I'm trying to see him. There's Matthias Kopecky in 24th place. But where's Phillipsen, Dylan Van Barl back in 33rd? Where's Phillipsen and okay, they're right there. Aha, I said this earlier. The one Canadian, Noah Ramsey, looking out for Jasper Phillipsen here right beside him. 49th and 50th place. So they lost a bit of time. There was some gaps here. 38 seconds, we got a bunch. 39, 40, 41, 42. So Jasper Phillipsen finishes 42 seconds behind the front. Soren Craig Anderson there too. I am looking for Fabio Jakobsen as well, guys. Fabio Jakobsen, where are you, dude? Don't actually see him right now. So Fabio Jakobsen, that's what we want to see. Where is he? Yeah, Marcelo Ribeiro here. Hey, dude, stop. Thanks for stopping. Easy win for Pederson. Yeah, totally. Easy win. I want to see him there fighting tomorrow against the sprinters. So we want to see Jasper up there. See how his sprint's going to be looking. Fabio, guys, I don't know where he is right now. Going to look for Team Picnic Post NL riders here quickly. It might be easier that way for me to find him. I just do not see him. So here's Nils Ekoff for Picnic Post NL. Where is Fabio? I just want to have a check of something here, guys. I haven't seen the whole race. So we have a do not starter. We had 2 riders that didn't finish. So must have been a crash somewhere. Wow, could they make him any harder to find? Finally, yeah, Team Pulte Visit Malta. I didn't see them much at all today. Okay, well, we'll figure that all out tomorrow, guys. I'll do some research on this later on. Thanks for joining me. Pederson for GC. Oh, that's right, dude. Good comment here by this dude. Stage 3, which will be Thursday. We got a time trial, guys, which I am so excited about. So Marcelo Ribeiro here. Dude, thank you for coming on board. This is Colin. This is Inside Cycling World. Thanks for finding me. Pederson for GC. Yeah, dude, he's the outright favorite to win it this year. Wow, their server's kind of acting wonky right now. But yeah, stage 3 is an individual time trial. 14.3 kilometers, so not super long. Only 14K TT. He's going to do well there. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So taking a look at Mads Pederson here. He's got a decent time trial, a decent sprint, and he's a good all-round GCer. Not like phenomenal at anything. Not a great climber. Not an incredible sprinter. Definitely not a tier 1 sprinter, but he's there. And that's all you need. So, okay, guys. Dream, thank you for being here again. Everyone, I really appreciate you guys being here. I know it's a smaller event, but let's just keep rocking and rolling. Hopefully, I can provide you with the race coverage that you need. Don saying thanks for the stream. Colin over at Team GRC. That's right, dudes. I'm in the Inside Cycling World jersey today. Now I'm getting out of here. I got a loan tomorrow at the dental office, and I'm coming home. I'm riding my bike. Chill time. Get ready for tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hit like on the way out. Hit the little bell so you don't miss any of the Vuelta a España coverage coming up. And we'll see you guys real soon.